Hey everybody, technical difficulties. I couldn't get into the other link, so hopefully you guys can see me here and can hop on. Still testing out StreamYard and sharing to YouTube. So right now I'm up on the daily. Looks like we opened up bullish. I'm gonna drop down to a 5 minute and show you all my levels so we can see a pre-market low here, pretty double bottomish, and then we have some resistance here at that high. I'm not gonna get it right at the top of the week. I'm gonna mark it, but we can see more consolidation here. So once I mark my pre-market, now I'm gonna go back to my regular hours and look at the chart. Now don't get too twisted with all of my levels and lines. Those are support and resistance lines. The dotted lines are the pre-market levels. Solid lines are true supports. I will be showing the Mogul Algo indicator if you like to test it out. We do have a free trial and you can purchase it. I'm not sure if everybody sees me here, but once you see me, drop a one in the chat. I know everybody was kind of lined up in the other preform. Hey, we had a little technical difficulty, but we are rocking and rolling. I usually don't take a trade until after the market has settled a little bit. So we're a little late from the 8:30, but we're gonna get going. Thank you, Miss Phoenix, for showing up. Y'all can drop and let me know what city and state you're popping in from. I'm glad you all can hear me. We were having problems hearing yesterday, but whatever you're looking at right now, I'm just going to focus on SPY. Fed chair has been going over, is speaking, and he's been pumping his gums about rate cuts, so the market opened a bit bullish. I'm still bearish right now, but I'm not going to be biased. I'm going to let the chart and the price action let me know what I should be doing. So we're just gonna, it's kind of a wait and see, and we find our range and then we take it there. Melanie from Memphis, shout out to Memphis. I appreciate you showing up from Memphis. I appreciate that. If you got a ticker you want me to go over, let me know. Again, I have the Mogul Algo indicator on. I'm gonna cut my gaps on. We have pre-market low and pre-market high already drawn. Make sure there's my gaps. I'm not sure why it's not printing right here, but we should have a little gap there. But once we have those labels already drawn, I see my open, and let's just get what the opening was. Opening was 655. So I know to the high side, based on ATR, we're going to have a little room about 357 about here. And that ATR is just an anticipation. So again, this is just going to be a dotted line trigger. And then we have to the downside. So $2 down, we're going to go 653. And we're already making our way down here to the 653. And if you have not traded before and you don't know what this tool I'm using, it is TradingView. So if you haven't had it before, Black Friday should be coming up. It'll be the best sale you can get outside of 4th of July. So if you don't have TradingView, drop a TV in the comments and I'll send you the link to get some great discounts. But you can see right now, this is not telling us anything. I'm not seeing a direction yet. It looks like it's going up, it's going down. So if I don't have a clear sign of direction, there is no trade to be made. We don't have to be first. We don't have to be early. So don't get bogged down by that. Right now, I'm watching VWAP. I want us to be under VWAP, and it's slight where you can't quite see it. Let me cut it on the free version or for the VWAP session. See here, VWAP, and VWAP is volume weighted average price. So if I cut VWAP on, it's very, very tiny. We slide in here and you can see that blue, faint blue. We want this to close under here for puts or above here to get calls. This is the level of resistance from yesterday. And we can see we sold down from that level. So if we get above it, we could get bullish. If we stay under it, we're going to be bearish and we're going to take those puts. If we're bullish, we're going to take calls. So that's what we're looking for, a sense of direction. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes before I cut the orb on, but I'll let y'all glance at the orb. I just want to continue to show you guys tools that you may think I need every tool, I need every indicator, but if you don't know how to use those tools and indicators, they're gonna do you no good. So orb also helps you. If you just need a 1-2 rule of where should I trade? When should I get in? The orb can help you. So here's the top of the orb. There's the bottom of the orb. And it's based off the 15-minute like volume and candle. So here in the 15 minutes, if we get above the top of the orb, we should have a strong continuation to the upside. If we break below the orb, strong confluence for the downside. I'm also using VWAP if we close below VWAP to take a trade. Now we can see price action inside of this candle coming down. I'm on a 5-minute. Some people like to be on the 1-minute. If you're trading SPX, I would say 1 minute is great because that price action moves very fast, and I would not want to be in a bullish situation on this 5-minute and it's going bearish. If I'm bearish, I'm okay. But if that kind of annoys you or gives you some type of anxiety, come over to your settings, come to more settings, and click this button for countdown to bar close. This is going to let you see how much time you have in that candle to print, and that's going to lower some of the anxiety while you're trading. I'm on a 5-minute time frame. As the market proceeds throughout the day, we can open up and get a higher time frame, but just right now, lower time frame is great because I'm a scalper and a day trader. So right now we're heading toward more bearish, but we want that confirmation. I usually like to wait to between 8:45, really 9 a.m. We don't have any news coming out. And when I say news, I recommend just checking out Forex Factory. And I just put the calendar on. I think we just have Fed speakers today. So I just come to the calendar. We had Williams. I think I said Waller by mistake, but it was Williams. We've already had all of this revision. None of this is going to make some strong moves in the market today, so it's not a factor. This is going to be pure price action and sentiment in the market. Now, if you have some time, well, this is what I did last night with a client. I told them, hey, go look at or ask ChatGPT to go back and say, how did the market move the Friday before Thanksgiving week? And ChatGPT told me that it was more bearish leading into a bullish Thanksgiving day. But I also went and read the chain, and shout out to Miss Phoenix. Miss Phoenix pointed out that on 11/28, the 570 strike, there was a lot of open interest on that strike. Let's see if I can pull it up and give you guys a preview of that. I will be trading. I will be showing the option chain from Webull. I'll be trading out of my Robinhood account because that's where more of my capital is right now. And so when we decide to take a trade, hopefully we can get it under $100. I wanted to keep it very affordable for everybody, even newbies. That was taking a little bit of time to come up. The screen sharing can fluctuate. But let's see if those people are still on that strike. See that 570? This is what Miss Phoenix pointed out to me, and that stood out a whole lot for that November 28th. So take some time after this Zoom deep dive into why are people so bearish right here for the 28th. Also for December 19th, I saw some outliers here that makes me feel like people are very bullish, very bearish on this upcoming month. They don't think we're going to get that Santa rally that we most of the time anticipate. Now, if we go back down into these puts, and this is how I hunt the chain, this 600, that's an outlier. That's a lot of people. It's 590. We got over 100,000, 540. Again, if you got some money, any money, dumb money, just pick something and throw it at the wall, set a stop loss, come back. I don't really care for the volume here, but that could be because most people are not trading this far out right now. And that's okay. We don't have to follow the crowd. We follow the money. So again, that 500 strike is $30, $34, 200,000 there. Now, you're not going to get rich off of this unless the market just decides to crash, because we're going to have a very low delta. So we're only getting about $2 for each dollar move. I don't see us dropping this far, but hey, I don't have a crystal ball, but there's a lot of people sitting here knowing something or thinking something. So remember, hunt your option chain. This is how you do the research. This is how you find more money than's been presented on the chart and in the news. What platform is better for beginners? For a beginner, I say Robinhood is going to be like your Cash App of banks and your Cash App of trading. It's going to be very user interface friendly, easy to join. You can start trading today. If you wanted to hop on, if you've never signed up, hop on, tell them you can trade. You want level 2, that'll get you going, add some money in there, and you can trade today. Webull has stepped up their game. The interface may be a little intimidating for beginners, but don't worry. If you have problems, reach out to me. I can definitely get you comfortable. I do enjoy Webull better for the set it and forget it, or my 9 to 5 traders. You can put in your stop losses and take profits, set it, and go on about your day. When you're trading on Robinhood, you don't have those features. You can only do one or the other. And so I don't really care for it that way. But you can baby step. You can start with your beginner broker as Robinhood. Then you want to step your game up to Webull, Thinkorswim, or Moomoo. I have all of these just because all of my clients use them. If you're overseas, or you're going to be traveling overseas or moving overseas, you want to get more comfortable with probably Interactive Broker, making sure you have that level 2. Ashley Oh, sorry. Amber the Silly is the indicator called the orb. Let me actually switch over so I can show you the exact one that I'm using, because there are multiples and some you have to adjust. We're seeing a little bit of spike up. And again, this is why I say we wait that out. The first 30 minutes of the market, we're speed dating. We're not getting tied to the play. We're not getting married. So you would have been in and out of a put, or you could see us bounce off the bottom of the orb, and you could have took a call and scalped here very quickly. I want a little bit more time in my play, and I want the longer position. So I'm going to wait for the speed dating and just wait for the dating realm after 9. But the particular orb that I'm using is the opening trading range, and that one is going to look like this. This one, opening trading range, and it's by ZZ Crypto. You can also use the one by Busy Business B, but just make sure you like it and you understand how to use it. I'm not the creator. These are not anything that I have proprietary knowledge to. I didn't start trading the orb until my other colleague Kendra Nicole. Kendra started using the orb, and I just said, "Oh, I like that. That gives me some help, and I think that'll be great for my beginners to have a rule of thumb of how they can get in, or what's the rule of when to take a call or when to take a put, and not put too much pressure." And you can see I did mark that pre-market low, but here's yesterday's low, which we want to pay attention to too, because that's where some buyers were sitting at. I can't see them right now because I do have my nope, I didn't even have my fair value gaps on. See, when I cut fair value gaps on, and see, with me not knowing, I didn't see the bullish sentiment coming up. But if these are buyers inside of this box, so if I'm bearish, which I kind of am, I want to see buyers push through this order block. And if they do, I have more bearish sentiment and could probably come down and test the low of yesterday. But I want confirmation. See VWAP? I'm waiting on us to fully close below that VWAP so we can take a put position. We don't want to be too early. We do want to make some money before lunch, but we want to make sure we are getting into a great setup. And a lot of people are not patient. And trading options, you need to be a little bit patient. This is not your futures and Forex. It does move a little bit different, and you do have expiration. So you want clarity when you get into your trade. That's a Chad. How do I set a stop loss? I don't understand it without a money value. So perfect question about stop losses. It depends on which broker you're using, on how you set it up. But the percent or the volume is based on you. I made quite a bit of money yesterday, so my stop loss might be a little bit more extended than your stop loss. I want you to take a sheet of paper and write down every contract price you could probably get into, whatever your budget. Like, let's say if you have $1,000 in your brokerage, let's say you use 50%, so you got 500. So whatever amount that you would be willing to purchase a contract for, write it down and then let your emotions tell you what's your stop loss is. Some people will see a $200 contract and say, I'm only willing to lose $20. And then they might see a $20 contract and say, I'm only willing to lose $5. Those are different numerical but similar percents that they are willing to risk. So you have to, you might vary it depending on how you feel that day, how much you have in your broker. So start practicing what emotionally you feel with your stop loss and take profit. If you want a general rule of thumb for beginners, 30% stop loss, 30% take profit, 20% stop loss. Why do I keep it there? Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a perfect trader, and SPY is my baby, but my problem child. I give SPY a little bit more room. I allow SPY to go 50%. I have allowed SPY to go 80 because I know it's hard-headed, and I know I can get in and it reverse on me and act crazy. So I will give SPY a little bit more room, but I dang sure wouldn't give Apple or Tesla that much space. Because think about it. If I'm down 50% in a trade and I wanted 30, that contract and that company has to move 80%. That's a lot. I don't really want to make it work that hard. So if I'm in the percentage, I'm down 50, I might as well just close that. If it starts reversing and going back right, I can always get back in and get my profit. But the likelihood of me losing 50%, gaining that 50% back, I'm at break even, and then the contract going 30 for me to get in profit, it's not likely, and I'm not likely to close my contract while I'm negative. So you could be negative 50%. It start goes in your direction and you go negative 30. You're going to keep holding till you get to break even and some profit. You got to switch your brain, close the contract, and you could get back in when you're 30%, and then you're going more positive. You're more likely to close a contract that's in profit than just negative net losses. It's just how the brain kind of works. Good morning, NC Worker. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate everybody on here. If you're here, please let me know where you're checking in from. We got 7 more minutes before we decide to trade. When you can see it, we fluctuated up and down. Do I look at other tickers while I trade? Yeah, I go check out everything else, but we can pretty much see we haven't broken above or below the orb, so it's not quite ready for a trade just yet. I do like traded TSLL versus trading Tesla. It's just more beginner friendly. The contracts are going to be affordable, but it's Friday, so we are on 0 DTE with Tesla. So those contracts are going to be way more affordable today. If you don't know, 0 DTE means it's going to expire today, 0 days till expiration. So we can get a lot of momentum in a lot of these contracts, but we want to be on the right side. Don't want to jump in too hasty. If trading SPY kind of frets your nerves, it moves too fast, we can drop down and trade IWM. Contracts are going to be a little bit more affordable, but we want to stay in a tighter range. Again, we have the low of yesterday here. We have the bottom of the orb. We have the top of the orb. And we can see these buyers coming in. So that's giving me triggers that, hey, market wants to be bullish. I have my set levels. I did say I wanted us to close above that resistance line. This is going to be double more confirmation once we get above the orb. But again, we have 5 more minutes and the market can decide, whoopsie, I get here and it rejects. Because you can see those wicks. We want to know who's going to be in control and what they want to do. Do buyers see value in SPY higher than this level? Or is there too much fear in the market and everybody's just kind of holding their hand? So when I say the fear, we want to go look at fear and we go check out the VIX. VIX hits 26 yesterday, and I want you to have VIX on there, and I want you to have alerts on your VIX. When we're trading 7 and 8 are your first target. When we start to hit 20 to 25, that's when you can start to go shopping for your, I'm not going to say bad stocks, but companies that you know do well and they're just down. Anything 25 to 30, like we're loading the boat, and this is when you want to start your investment portfolio. And let me say this, none of this is investment advice. This is all for educational purposes. So I like to go shopping on my stocks when I'm between 10 to 20% is like 20 to 25, 25 to 30. I'm good to start getting those shares, and I can DCA, which means dollar cost average. Good morning. Good morning. Jake's Repair Service, Chester, PA. Thank you. Gotcha. Y'all work with me. Gotcha thinking. Oh, that one almost took me out. Made my brain work this morning. Gotcha thinking. Thank you so much for showing up. Well, let's head back. Let's head back to SPY. See how we hit that. We're hitting that resistance. And again, 9 a.m. is coming. Again, I want us to get $100 before lunch. If we have to sit here a little while, that's fine. But we want $100. But while we wait, let's go and see the contracts and are they affordable. So right now, if we're looking to the upside, we'd be 655, maybe 666. Sorry, 656. So let's check the chain and see, can we afford it? If you're trading and you're comfortable, let me know what you're starting with today, or what's your trading budget. And if you don't have one, you should think about what's your trading budget. Every day that you get up and decide to trade, you need to know how much you're trading so you can know if you're over leveraging yourself or not. So my trading budget this morning, if I don't overtrade, is about $350. And so, can I afford these contracts? If I'm looking at the puts right now, and they don't want us to get in, these contracts are, oh, I was going to say they're expensive, but I'm on the wrong strike. So let's go back to today's expiration. Boom. There we go. I was like, those are pricey for no reason. So can we afford to trade today? Oh, they're still kind of pricey for today. I almost could take Mondays because they are about the same lineup. But if I'm looking at calls, I'm looking at 55, 56. I probably wouldn't want to go more than 658. Volume and open interest looks good, but these are kind of pricey. If I come back down and we looking at the put side, we're going 654, 653, 652. These are all viable. Or we can go with the kind of psychological area of 650. Why is 650 psychological? It's just a point of control. It's a point of control. It's where a lot of people like to buy because it's that nominal 650. The in between trades can kind of get a little bit lax. So between here and here, I can't afford to trade. I'll probably only take one contract. But if these are not affordable and you're a beginner trader, we can always step down and you can trade closer to the money and trade IWM. They move similarly, not exactly the same, but we can still place a trade. If it will pop up, there we go. We'll get IWM in here. And if we start to break down, I'm definitely going to go back and probably get some of those November, get one of those November contracts if we start to scale down. So look at the bigger difference. We were just looking at SPY right in the money, and those in the money contracts are $300 and $400. If we scale down and trade in the money on IWM, we still getting the same move, and we're looking at the direction, but it is more affordable. A lot of people like to go down in the chain and maybe go get like a 648 put, or go up and go to like a 660 call. They're getting further out the money for their reward, and that works sometimes, but you don't want to get caught that far out and the direction changes on you because you're not going to make enough money. I'd rather you switch tickers and trade something in your budget rather than finding a cheap contract. We want to trade affordable contracts that fit our budget for trading, but we don't want to just cycle into cheap contracts. That's no fun, and that's not going to be great for your risk to reward in your brokerage or your profit taking. Free, thank you so much. From Arizona, Trading Views Black Friday sale started. If anyone, yes, Black Friday, this is the time. I've been waiting. I told all of my clients that got with me the summer, everybody, don't buy until Black Friday comes. Or when I got them in early, told them, hey, wait for Independence Day, 4th of July. Always get it on the sale. Do you need the most advanced version? No. So I think there's like a basic. I think I'm on the plus. There's a premium and an ultimate. Look, if you need ultimate, you better have a business. You better be trading more monitors and probably have like 100,000. You don't need ultimate. It's just a lot of features you're not going to use. But I will say, while you get that free trial, go through on your trading view and use all the tools while it's free. A lot of time we think more indicators, more tools makes us a better trader. I have 13 indicators on there and I only use about 3. The indicators are there to help me teach, because if we go back, my chart is on a teaching chart. So these are the tools to help me educate people and let them find their way of what works for them. But you don't need 1,000 indicators. You don't need 50 plus charts. We're going to trade, and I'm using one chart with one screen. I do have a multiple monitor if I'm trading more than one things or watching something else, but the market's a little light today. We don't need all of that. So again, more indicators in a higher system does not make you a better trader. I can trade from my phone's Wi-Fi on a Robinhood account and make plenty of money. I don't need some advanced setup. You don't need a space rocket gaming chair. You can trade from your couch, your porch, your car. Don't think all the aesthetics don't make you a great trader. The knowledge and the skill set makes you a great trader. So please remember that. I'm gonna pop some of these up. This is Miss Vicky. Thank you so much. Blossom and Bloom. I'm gonna leave this up for a while. Thank you so much, Blossom and Bloom. That trading view Black Friday sale. Miranda Walker checking in from Norfolk. Thank you. So again, practice trading view, and let me head back over there. We've got a couple of contracts. I'll probably be looking at IW. Well, I like SPY, so I can afford to take SPY. I could take SPY and IWM, or I can take 2 IWM contracts or just one on the SPY. We are breaking the orb. We're past 9 a.m. So this is looking bearish. I'm probably going to take this SPY put. And what did we say? You could take all the way down to about 650. It's going to be a little bit pricier right now because the market is pulling down, but I really would like confirmation. This is where I usually mess up in most people. We wicked here before. Now we're trying to break it, and we're going to get a continuation to the downside. So let's go. If you're not trading and you just get on your Robinhood and add the contract to your watch list and watch it play out. You don't have to get into the trade today. You don't have to trust me and my guidance. You can do whatever feels comfortable for you. But let's put that, I'm putting that 653 on my watch list right now. And then I'm doing the 650, probably get into the 650 and just set me a mental stop. I want a full candle to close under here. So why am I waiting? We can see the fluctuation. This candle has about 1 more minute in it, but I want it to confirm. And a lot of times we don't confirm. We're on the line, and this is on the fence of me understanding where I should take my trade. So I wait a little bit. I could get early, and I'm going to lose a little premium as it fluctuates, or I can wait for that complete close and get into the trade. But right now it is on my watch list for 653 and for 650. If you're trading SPX, you want big money and you want it fast. Ooh, SPX has a lot of buyers sitting here. This is why I want that confirmation, because these buyers could push up through these sellers. But if you want to do SPX, you can do, and they're going to be pricey, 65.50, 65.25. And you'll say, Chaz, well, that's way out here. Yeah, but it can do it. Look at the ATR on 65 on SPX. It can go 90, and it has before. So you could definitely get 65.50, 65.25, probably no lower than 6,500. And these are probably still going to be fairly pricey. Let's add those to the watch list as well. 65.50 is $2,630. 65.25 is $1,780 as I added. And the 6,500 is $1,140. So trading SPX, you need a little bit more capital. This is not for the weak. Does anybody trade SPY, SPX, or IWM, or whatever you trade? What's your favorite ticker? Everybody let me know what's your favorite ticker. I mean, if you've been knowing me, SPY is my favorite ticker. My runner up right now is SoFi. I love SoFi. I like what they're doing as a company. I like them as a business. I've listened to their earnings call. Their report card is good to me as far as earnings. QQQ for the text. I like QQQ. I just don't trade QQQ as much. QQQ SPY. Okay, let's go. We got some QQQs and IWMs and SPX in here, so let me not hoard it with my SPY. Let's go look at QQQ and get those contracts to look at. Same thing. You see the orb, how we're not breaking below, so the trade is not quite set up yet. But the same situation with QQQ. And looking at the ATR, QQQ has an ATR of like 11. And I'm around that down to 11. So about 550 to the upside when I'm looking at contracts. So probably 593 would be my high area here. If, oh, hold on, guys. Got a little glitchy on my chart. Okay. Okay. I don't think you guys saw that, but I could. Okay. 593 on my upside. Let's go down 5. So we'd be about here, 582. So see, I already got nominal levels marked of where I should see price action come and drop to. So here's my upside. Here's my downside. There's the low of yesterday, already marked. And these are previous levels that I keep in mind. Like price likes to retrace itself. I can always look to the left and go find out where price is going back to. I'm still very bearish on this. So Qs, if you get in the money 586, you want to go out a little bit if it's affordable. We can look at 584, 582. So let's go add that to the watch list for the Qs because we got people liking the Qs. And nothing's wrong with it. I just don't trade it that often. Let's go puts. And we said 586 on watch. That was 389. 84 is about 303. And then the 82 is 231. Watch list ready. We're seeing wicking. That means buyers are struggling. They're struggling. They're battling this out. And we can consolidate. We could trade in this range of the orb all day. And I don't really have to do that. I want it to break. I want to make some money. I don't want it playing with my money. SPY QQQ. I own SoFi. I own SoFi too. JP Miyaka. I'm not sure if I said that right, but you said you own SoFi. What did you get in there? What's your DCA or what's your entry on SoFi? I got SoFi shares at 1303, and as it was coming down to 24, I should have grabbed some more, but I was trading. But what's your marker on SoFi? And would I trade SoFi today? SoFi has a lot of a dollar move. It's already moved 50% today. So it could have another dollar down. So if the market's down, SoFi is a great company. But if the overall market is down, this is not one that counter trends or stays up. So I would probably take puts on SoFi, even though I'm very very bullish on them to the end of the year. But overall, if the market's down, this is going to drop too. I also like Bank of America because it's super affordable. If we get in the money puts on Bank of America as the market falls, and remember, banks kind of play outside the box. They don't always fall with the market, just depending on news. But if we get some puts on Bank of America, these are going to be super budget friendly. So if I go get a put right now on Bank of America, which I might for the heck of it, the 51 put is $32 and the 50.5 is 14. So everybody could get in the game and make at least $5 today. I know we want to make 100 before lunch, but we got to get what the market gives us. So either one of these two contracts, I'm going to add them both to our watch list. So 51 and the 50.5. So that's a super budget friendly contract. I think LYY and DIA. Maybe you meant LLY. Did you mean Lily? I don't trade Lily, but I like Lily. Lily's kind of pricey. So the chain's fairly wide sometimes, but I like Lily as a company. And then the other, what was that other one? Beautiful, $12. Let me put that up there. $12 for SoFi. That's beautiful. Beautiful DIA. Now, I don't usually trade it out. I look at it. Have a decent ATR. But this is looking like it wants to turn back bullish. I used to trade Nike a lot too, but Nike's been struggling. And again, we are just trying to break this level. And had we got to play, we'd be 30 minutes in of theta, and we just don't see it clear. I'm hoping this is letting you guys understand how your patients come in to not get caught up in, I'm in a put, I'm in a call, I'm in a put, I'm in a call. Let's just wait for us to see the true direction and then get entry. Oh, and back to TradingView with the Black Friday. These are the tools that I'm saying come in and use. These have push down boxes. Before you go buy, spend the weekend and come and click all of these tools. Go to TradingView. TradingView has a YouTube channel where they explain most of the indicators and the tools. So use the tools free before you go out and buy this. Yes, it's a great investment to me, but if you try everything while it's free, you get more bang for your buck. Because some people get on here and they never use anything. Their chart is as bland as white rice. It's just nothing. They can't make anything. They can't place any trade. So they have an advanced version of TradingView, but don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to draw lines. They don't know how to make channels. They don't know how to look at all these things. I also wanted to go up on a higher time frame and make everything blank so you can see that this reversal trend. Hide all. So I'm going to hide everything and go up on the daily and then auto fit it. So when you go up on the daily, this is what I was looking at. This is where I started the chart. See this level and see that lower support down here. We are bullish for the day on the candle so far, but look at that. We open green, but I don't think we're going to close green like this 651. And once we break that, this is a free for all fall. And we've been running, but this is right in the range. We pump up, pull back, 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 pump up, pull back. This pullback might be longer, but look at these two candles. These are almost identical range candles that got taken out. All of the gains from October the 10th to October 29th got taken out in this range here, and almost all in this one candle. So make sure you're doing your due diligence by going up on a higher time frame, seeing the overall picture, and then stepping your way back to see, okay, how can I get in the trade? Let's give it a little bit more idea, and then we'll get back to the noise on the lower time frame. All right, I can unhide everything. I'll come back into view by auto fitting. Everybody's gonna go, oh, Chaz, your chart's crazy. Now I'll just cut the news out over there. Oh, where is my... Has anybody entered a trade? I'm just not feeling it so far. It's trying to close, but I just want more confirmation. And this is how patient I am. Like, go make some coffee, get your tea. I'll go sit and let my dogs out because I don't have to take a bad trade. Oh. Not sure if you guys can still hear me. I had a little freeze up, but I hope you guys can still hear me. They don't want me to give all this sauce away. So we're getting a little bit more bearish. All right, guys, I think I'm back. If y'all are still with me, drop some sevens in here. I guess I was giving away too much game, and my computer was like, and Skynet was like, we gotta get you up out of here. You new here, you don't know the rules, um, so we can't let you drop all that sauce. So I might have to hold back, put it on the next episode. But I appreciate everybody who hung on while I was having a little technical difficulty. Um, So I'm still watching. Let's see. You see the Black Friday sale? I just wanted to hold that up. It's like as soon as I pop back up, it showed the Black Friday up to 80% off. I already have the plus version, so you get 1 month free. And I'll just let you guys see what I have. Again, you don't need ultimate. This is not gonna help you be a better trader. Premium, I like premium, and for just the extra dollar, you get premium. Why not? I'm definitely probably going to upgrade to the premium, and then you can kick it back and tell them, hey, I want to pay less or something. But you say 143 on the plus. This is what I have right now, but for an extra dollar, I'll get the extra month on them and get the extra features. You do get to drop down to the second. um, I believe this one you can drop down on the seconds, but you can price compare them, whatever fits your budget. This is what works for me. Have a biz, definitely. My alerts are going off for 655, 48. So we might be getting back bullish again. I have my level set, so I don't have to watch the chart all day. But again, this is going to be your better buy. You don't need ultimate. Like I don't, unless you have a business, you really don't need ultimate. And this thing is freezing on me again. It may be trading view. All right. A little lag. It still wants to go back into the charts. We'll get off of that for a second. So you can see my alert going off. We came back up and triggered my alert again, and it's telling me, hey, take a look. Because what? It came back up to that level and it's still rejecting. Every time we try to push up, it's rejecting, but it's still in the range. No need for me to take a trade. Like we might again consolidate, but we didn't have to be in this consolidation for an hour now. I want to see it drop below here. I'm being very patient. I'm much more patient when I'm on a call and with you guys than when I'm trading by myself. But I probably would have been took that put and been like in drawdown. But right now, after it keeps rejecting this 655. We cannot close above that 655, which is giving spots trouble. It might continue down, or buyers and sellers can continue to battle. We want to be patient. I want $100 before lunch, but I'm not going to give the market my money by getting in the trade early and letting the premium dissipate due to theta. Can y'all still see this? Yeah. Okay. Has anyone taken a trade so far, or are y'all waiting patiently with me? You can say you're a degenerate and you've already taken a trade, and I'm not. I'm being funny. But if you saw a setup and you've already taken a trade, let me know. I would prefer, yes, I prefer a 5 minute candle close below the orb before I take the trade. And you can see we haven't gotten a 5 minute candle. We keep wicking, but it's not giving us the full complete close. But it just gives us more confirmation. This very large bearish candle is probably where I want to take some entry at. I think I'm going to take, let's go light. I'm going to take the Bank of America 50.5, and I'm getting me in at 17. Bank of America, just because it's light, it's going to be affordable for everybody. But I think this is getting very bearish. We're almost closing. But the premium, the great part about this is the premium we put on our watch list should be a little bit better right now. We're starting to fall. Let's go see what we can get. I might just go into money and just leave this alone because it still needs to close. We're going to test the low. Let me see where those fair value gaps are. See what my algo had. I got an order block right there. Nothing. Okay. We're just sitting on money. It just needs to give up. So let's go light. I'm gonna go 650. It's 200. It hasn't completely closed. How many more? I got 15 more seconds. Let's let this close, but I'll probably go with the 650 and see what we got. We're testing that. See, we're testing the pre-market low, and we know buyers were sitting there because they were there in pre-market. So let's go. What do I have? I'm up $1. Oh, I didn't get filled on the 650. Let's see if it comes up and grabs me, if I'm going to have to replace this order. All right. So I'm in the 650 put. My entry average price was 201 and it popped up to 194. It's not closing. Dang it. This is why I make my rules of closing below, because it wants to pop back up. But I don't see any buyers right there. So might have to wait it out a little bit. So now we want to watch the price action. Look at SPY, and I'm going to give you guys some levels to watch. Let me put it on the chart. I'll get a mini class today. So we want to watch 0.95, 0.88, 0.75, 0.66, 0.5, 0.44, 0.33, 0.25, and 0.15. Let's watch this price action battle. So right now the 0.33 is battling with the 0.44. If that breaks, it should come down and battle with the 0.25. If they give up 0.25, we're going to battle with 0.15 and then break that 653 level. So this will also help you if you're looking at the countdown bar and watching price action, what areas they're buying and selling at, which is pretty fun. Like, it almost gets more entertaining than television. But let's see if these buyers come in. We knew they were here. I had my level set. And buyers came in right there. But this is when you don't panic. You got about 250, 2.5 more minutes still in this candle. I'm in a little early. I should have waited on that candle to completely close. But I thought we were going to get a drop. And it did not drop. It popped back up. I took a trade. It was a call. It gained over 100, but nobody bought when I tried to sell. But I sold it at 70. What, Brandon, what did you trade? What were you in? And did you check the volume and open interest? If there was nobody else that wanted to buy it at 100, were you in a thin contract? What did you buy? What were you trading? We're getting the wick to the upside, which is better for my candle. If it wicks, then forms. But this consolidation is very ghetto. This is trash. So 0.66 is battling 0.75. If that gives up 0.66, no, 0.75 battling. Okay, we skip 0.66. We battling. Look, you see that battle? It just took out all those levels back to 0.33. Now 0.33 is going to battle with 0.25 and see if it gives up the ghost. Hopefully we give up right here. This is going to give me a couple of dollars. I'd like a knife down right here. We just flush down would be phenomenal. Now I'm back at -2. Now we're looking better for profits for me. But we need the buyers that are sitting right there. We need them to give it up. Like it's Friday. Give up trying to push this thing up. Come on, Mogo Algo. I don't have any. I still don't have anybody. My fair value's on. Oh, Jesus. You're going to make me work for it today. All right. All right, I'm in profit. Let's watch. Let's see if this thing goes and tanks. Did anybody get in the trade? Are y'all getting in now? Y'all wait for the candle to close? You want to degenerate like me and got in too early? Or are you going to wait for the 653 to completely close below? I am in profit. We are dropping. So, Chaz, if we get the trade, where do we see it going to? Well, my profit, my target is going to be to the bottom of this level because that's where they bought in yesterday. And this is where the computer kind of flagged on me a few minutes ago. I was trying to put this level here. And then my lower level is at 50.13. So we just want to walk it down. I'm up $12 again. It's $100 before lunch. Let's see if we can do it. And to reiterate, I'm in the 650 put. You can go 652, 651, whatever your budget desires. I'm up $33. And we're testing. See us test where they were buying yesterday. They're not buying. I'm up 40. Did anybody get in? I can't control whether you get your money. I'm going to get mine before lunch. I traded the SPY contract at the 55 strike. 655 strike. Okay. I think you meant 655. I did take Bank of America 50.5. I'm up $1 on it. I'm up 45 on the 650 put. We want to break this level, and it should just tank on out. Again, we're at 651, 56. I'm up 52. I hope you guys are sharing this. Don't keep me a secret. Share me with your family and friends. You did the 649. All right, Amber, what's your percentage? If you took the trade, drop those percentages in the chat or drop the amount. I'm up 68. All right, something else is triggering. I got alerts. I don't have to watch the chart all day. This is one of my clients. They're trading JBS. We're up 60, 81, 84. I'm gonna be able to go shopping. If you're in, drop your percentages in the chat. We're back down to 76. We need another. Let me edit this alert because I don't want this to say it every time. There we go. Get that off of there. Oh, we got buyers coming in. I'm back at 54. Just do that thing once. Okay. I'll have to put that in the trash and I'll come back to it. All right. So we want this 651 level to break. We got some buyers sitting there and I'm up $60. I need another 40. Give me my 100 so I can go shopping. If you're enjoying this, again, like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends and family. This is free game where we're making $100 before lunch. If you're new and you want to learn how to trade with me, the group mentorship is on sale right now. It's usually 600. I'm knocking $100 off to let people get in for 500. If you want to trade with me one on one and you say, "Yeah, Chaz, I don't want to share. Want I want my own time with you. I know what I'm doing, but I need some one on one help." My one on one mentorship is 8 weeks. We go through the basics of everything. We trade together. I break this down a little bit slower, but that 8 week mentorship one on one is 2K. I'm taking 500 off for people for Black Friday. So this sale will run until the end of the month. So you can get in the group mentorship for 500 or get in the one on one for 1,500. There are limited spots. I'm only taking 5 one on one clients and I'm only taking 10 group clients. Why? Because I don't want to do this. I rather have fun doing it on YouTube, something like this, and getting more comfortable than just sitting in groups teaching. So I have the flexibility of teaching when and who I want. If you want to get in that mentorship, it's usually classes are in the evening and on the weekends, outside of trading hours. But when we do one-on-ones or we trade together, it will be like this live over Zoom. We can allot those times together to trade, perfect your entry, your exit, looking at your setup, analyzing your chart, getting your discipline down, making sure you have a trading plan, understanding and hunting the option chain, and whatever investment education that you would prefer. Okay. 30, we're at 18. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. We just need this to nightfall one good time. And I'm gonna be up out of here because 651, once we touch it and break, I'm gonna be at $100. And I'm just gonna screenshot it and talk about it later. But we just need this to nightfall one good time. Anybody else get in? Anybody again? It's $100 before lunch. Make sure you're liking this. Make sure you're sharing it. Ah man, buyers keep coming in, but we can see that sell order block. So that's very strong for us. We just need them to hold strong right here. We got some buyers sitting here at the lower band of VWAP. Let me cut my mogul algo on. Yeah, got them sellers sitting in there. Come on. We should get to 650. I mean, it might make us work for it today. I'm back at $50. But we watching this price action. 50 needs to give up to 44, and 44 gives up to 33, and we can continue down. These buyers want to come back in. They just won't let us be great. Want me to work hard for it today. Buyers came back in to where they bought it yesterday. Now we just need them to give up that level. Everybody who are dropping their percentages, what's your take profit percentage? Are you going to try to hold steady to get the 100? Are you going to try to see if we hit the 650? Do you have a percentage set in mind for your TP? Because my TP and your TP could be different. You don't have to follow mine. You can make your own. Group mentorship is rolling enrollment. So the first 3 classes have already started. You can get the replays and continue with that cohort or start fresh with the beginner, like first period class on the first Saturday of December. So it will be rolling enrollment from every month. Every first Saturday, I'll start fresh with the very first class over. If you start if you start now and want to go through that session too, if you want to go to both classes, you can go in both classes. So it's totally up to you. We meet 1 hour. Right now it's Saturday mornings at 11 a.m. Central. I'm trying to see if I can squeeze in an afternoon session, but I was trying to stay away from Sundays because Sunday's church and football, but I am flexible. Like this week, we're meeting on Sunday because I have to travel. Um, but you always get the replay. You'll get AI notes taken so you don't have to kind of try to scary and write everything I'm saying. I don't like these buyers coming in here. I really wanted them to give up and they're trying to push. We wallet. I need 652 to break. Come back down. Let's get out of this 652 realm. I'm still in profit. Wicking is great for us. That means there's a lot of selling pressure, and the sellers need to come push out these buyers. I don't want this a full form candle, and I got another minute and 15 in it. I don't want this to be a bullish candle. But hopium is a heck of a drug. I can hope all I want, but I'm gonna trade what I see. If I only get what I get, I only get what I get. But I want the sellers to come back in, and they're pushing us out on my line. All of that, all of that premium in this candle just overtaken, and now buyers want to come in. But can they hold? Nope. We got a buy order block. Let's see if sellers can take it out on this round. 5 minutes. Now all the buyers had 5 minutes to push up. Now this next 5 minutes, let's see if sellers can overtake, that they wait to be able to take them out. Because I'm back green now. Not as much, but back green. That's why you gotta have patience when you're trading. And buyers coming back in. Ooh, do I reverse for a call? Probably not over VWAP, but it's reversing. I saw about 82%. Let's see if they can push in. Let's take a look at SPX. Are we getting bullish over here? We got buyers. They're sitting on this line. They had buyers right here. Let's see if they give up, because we have VWAP. We have lower band 1, lower band 2. So it pushed up to that lower band 1. I really wanted that knife down so we could have got up out of here. Now I want to make me wait, because now our premium is going to be reset. Now it's going to take it longer and harder for us to be able to make this money. Not going to be hard headed. I might have to close and get back in. I'm down more than I would prefer. Again, 30%. I'm at 18, but I'm at $40. I'm not at my 30% loss. So I could hold a bit longer, but if it gets above VWAP, I don't trust this thing. It could run bullish, but we can see there are sellers heavy right here. So that's why I'm not trusting the bullish. We couldn't push up here, couldn't push up here, and there was a lot of selling. So this might be trying to shake me out of my trade, and then once I close it, it'll go back down. But this is what goes through my head when I'm trading. I see those sellers sitting there. I know it's about to test VWAP. It's coming back up to test the bottom of the orb. But we got into play strategically. We broke the orb. We sold down. Just found buyers right here, and it reversed. And it's getting there and wicking, getting there and wicking. Those sellers are sitting. Whew, this is a battle. Sellers just pushed that candle all the way midway down, and buyers are still coming in. People are saying, we want to buy SPY. We want to buy SPY. And sellers are like, not at that price. Got another minute 25 in this candle. I like for us to get under this support line right here and close and have a continuation. We go here, bounce, and come back down with the lower low. But buyers are still coming in, like they are really pumping this up. When I have a big issue with staying in a trade too long, I'll start out green and then trend will reverse, but I'll hold and don't want to do a stop loss. Don't want to do a stop loss. We have to set a stop loss at some point, whether you have a mental or a standard stop loss in place. You have to have something in place to minimize risk. So again, I have my set stop loss, or I have a nominal amount that I'm willing to lose, and I just cut it. Again, if you are right about the trade, you can always get back in. Like me, we're about to go back above the orb. If I'm right about the trade, I can always get back in, minimize the risk, and take profit when it's needed. Buyers are coming in right here, see if sellers push through, but always set something in place that's going to help you. Like, so again, if a trade goes, you should not be closing trades negative. We should not be in a trade holding it and it hits negative 40, negative 50, negative 60. We're not seeing any type of return. We're not seeing any hope on the chart. So the mindset, it takes practice. And I posted a rubber band. When you start to hold a trade or take a bad trade or stay at a trade that breaks your rule, get you a rubber band, just a brown rubber band, and snap it. Like, it's corrective behavior for an adult. We get in trades and there's no consequence when we're trading. There's nobody holding our hand saying, that's a bad trade. Or, you're holding that trade too long. It's just based on us. And we'll say, oh, I'll make it back up in the next trade. Or, oh, that was just house money. Or, oh, we make up all the excuses to stay in bad trade and not set good discipline. So that's going to continue to happen until you practice it. And start small. Trade with $5 or $10. Come back and set a standard for, what's going to be a loss, what's going to be my TP. It's just going to help your account grow by not staying in trades too long, and then having a set standard for when they go green. Let's say you take profit for the next 2 weeks at 20% or 30%. Well, that lets you know. And if you're journaling, it'll let you know, okay, I make great trades. I don't give them enough time, or I'm not buying the right expiration dates. So start, if you don't already, start journaling and then put yourself on a discipline restriction for about 2 weeks where you take profit at the same profit. I don't care where it goes. Don't know what you see. Now, if you have a day like yesterday where we ran $20 down, just hold those trades. Let that be your cheat day. But try to create a discipline plan where you set a standard for 2 weeks. Once your brain starts to recognize and register, okay, we get out when we see this number every time. It's gonna become part of your routine. Just like when you wake up, you wash your teeth, meditate, wash your face, brush your teeth, get in the car, put your seatbelt on. It's gonna be a part of your routine instead of being something you just kind of think about, or it's a maybe, something you do every other time. Hey, I think it's Takia Lawrence. Thank you for tuning in. If you got questions, drop them in the chat. If you're trading, let me know. We are currently in a SPY 650 put. We saw probably profit about $74. I got negative about 30. Now I'm negative 13 as we come back down. Any suggestions to fix this mindset, or maybe being more careful? Oh, for sure. Like, entry and exit is definitely going to be ideal. Like I just walked us through when to take this trade and when not, and how to take profit. That's going to be key in waiting for your setup. Think about it as when you're driving and you're about to pull out into ongoing traffic and traffic's coming from both ways. You look both ways, you're waiting for there to be an opportunity for you to pull out into the road. You're not hasty, like it doesn't matter when you're going to get there because if cars are still coming in both directions, there's no room for you to pull out in traffic. That's the same way you need to trade. If you don't see your setup, that's you pulling out into traffic and cars are coming from both directions. You're probably going to get smacked. You're going to have an accident. So we want to wait till we see that clear opportunity, take our trade, and then we can go about our business. So it's about setting a plan, understanding where to get in, where to get out, and it takes some practice. I won't say overnight it'll make you a great trader. That's why I said put yourself on a discipline plan for about 2 weeks and create a habit. It makes it a lot easier. Hey, Lakeisha, no problem being late. It's okay. The replay will be on. We had a little technical difficulties, but we're still here. So now I'm watching. If you see this candle, we're seeing buyers come back in. We got about 44 seconds left in this candle. I would have wanted this candle to hold down, but it looks like buyers are coming strong. They're wanting this to. They're holding this up a lot because they just pushed through all those sellers and got back green. Like this was pushing down, and probably gonna have to take this L. But it's a manageable L. Like if I close the trade again, the L isn't realized until I close the trade. If the buyers start pushing through this area, because I can see the sellers right here, I'm just gonna have to take it and get out because we're getting back at VWAP. That white line is VWAP. But we can see, okay, we see the sellers heavy right there. Buyers are trying, but there was a lot of heavy selling pressure. Cut some volume on. A little bit of volume. They're battling today. It looks like they're gonna push these. If they push through these sellers, I'm gonna just take the loss. I'm not really. Again, the bullish sentiment. I have to see confirmation to take the call. I don't like to switch swap it. Like, oh, I was in a put. I'm in a call. I'm in a put. I want to see true confirmation. And we've had 4 strong candles, but that doesn't mean it wouldn't get taken out because we have VWAP sitting there. But I'm probably gonna have to cut this trade and then get back in. I'm gonna let this candle close. But see, I'm theorizing and giving myself logic behind why closing the trade, why taking a different position. Walk yourself through it. Like, don't just be hasty, like, oh God, I'm in a trade, it went red. Think about the process, understand what's happening on the chart, and make it make sense if you're gonna change your direction or decision in the trade and see where the potential of the trade where it can go to. It's super helpful. And it makes losses um, less harsh because you're understanding what's happening. Mindset and understanding the chart process is so important. And a lot of times when we get different programs, when we get different courses, that's the last thing they talk about. They just say be a great trader, close a trade or do something, but they don't really go over the emotions about what you feel, the aspect of a trader with the loss. Nobody's taking a loss. Everybody trades well and everything goes 100%. So that's how these gurus talk. No, I've taken losses. I've blown my account before. I've been where everybody's been, but I learned from the mistakes that I made. And usually the only time I take a loss is when I don't respect my rules. And that goes for my students. When they take a L, I'll say, okay, what happened? What rule did you break? Because they know they didn't follow a rule. Oh, I held the trade past my stop loss. I didn't get the right expiration because it was cheap. We break rules. I've set rules in place for my clients just so y'all don't break them. I spent the whole year studying and back testing SPY before I really came out and started really trading it. I wanted to really understand what the S&P does, how it moves, what's the range, what moves it. Jerome Powell speaking, what analytic reports that come out, how does it affect the market? And that creates a trader. You don't just hop out here, oh, I'm going to go trade XYZ because guru so and so said do it. No, have you done any background? Have you watched it for a week? Do you know how it trades Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Do you know how it trades around the holidays? Do you know how it trades during market cycles? When you start to do that, that's when you become a better trader. No, you won't have traded through those cycles before if you're a beginner, but you can go do research. You can um, look at historical data. You can incorporate Chat GPT or Perplexity to help you understand what's happening. Like I said in the beginning of the call, understanding how the market moves the Friday before Thanksgiving, what the market does the week of Thanksgiving. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? To give you some type of uh, confluence, not necessarily bias, but just a preparation. If I know it's raining, that prepares me to go out the door and make sure I have an umbrella. So it's not exact that it may rain. If we have scattered showers, it may rain. I want to be prepared for it. So when you're trading, that's what you're doing. You're preparing for what could happen. I already came into the market thinking, okay, today from ChatGPT and from historical that we would be bearish today. I won't be a fool if this thing start trending up. I won't say, well, historically it's puts and I'm just going to stay in puts until they bleed me dry. No, I still have to follow market sentiment. I have to do what the buyers and sellers are doing today because last year we were not trading under the same circumstances. So things can be different. I'm I'm still negative $14, but it's only like, well, $20. I'm only down 10%, and that's within reason. So make sure you have, within reason what your losses will be because this here would have stumped somebody out and then they would have got calls and then they would have been red here too. So they would have took a L on their puts and took a L on the calls because the market started to come back down. So again, rationalize your trade. And if you can't continue to practice, put your trading plan into ChatGPT and say, analyze this for me. Am I a day trader? Am I a scalper? Should I be a swing trader? Do I have the patience for this? So understanding yourself as a trader is the most important of trading other than pushing the button to trade. You have to know how you are as a trader. If you can't take drawdown, short-term scalping is not going to be for you because you're going to immediately get out as soon as it turns red and start to panic. I went from being down, I think $30 to just being down like 10%, like $20 now. And it's coming back down. I'm negative $7 now. I'm coming back into a good trading range. But again, you have to walk yourself through it. You have to see what the setup, what the chart is presenting to you for the play. And we see that pre-market level. Buyers here. Once the sellers take this out here, we should be able to get a lower low or at least test the low of the day. But it's a battle today. But I said before lunch, let's see if we get it back green. Everybody who held, you should be break even or back green about here, depending on when you took the trade. If you're still with me, drop those sevens in the chat. If you're still with me, drop some sevens in the chat. Don't make me talk to myself. This is when usually I'm in Discord and I drop a meme that has Bob Barker, come on down. So this is about that time. I should light it up with Bob Barker. Come on down. They're pushing. Like I said, I just want a knife fall, like a whole lot of volume come in and just press this thing on down and we test the low again. I'll probably get out at the 650 whether I hit the 100 or not because this thing is struggling. I don't need buyers to come in for the afternoon reversal. But this is a battle today. Perfect. Oh, no one. Thank you for showing up. I don't think I called you out earlier. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for letting me know y'all still here. Again, I'm still in this 650 put. We just need a nice drop back in. I'm back in profit. But that wick, I need them to take it. I need them to get it together and take out that level. We got through a pre-market level here. We need to push through yesterday's low. Once we take this out, we should be good as gold. We got to get these sellers to just come in. Where's the big money at? We need more volume. That's the problem. We don't have enough volume with the selling. And they just need to come in and fell swoop, just take it on out. We need strong. So we had 3 candles up. Let's get 3 red candles down and test this low. Here we go. Breaking that level. Now we need to come test the low, break the low. I'm not sure if you just found me from the from the YouTube algorithm, or if you're on the subscription list or on Discord. But if you're not on my weekly email subscriber list, I'm going to be dropping out different tickers that I watch, letting you know the alerts. If you're not, follow me on Instagram at Dr. Chaz or on Facebook. You can send me a private message and send me your email address, and I'll add you to my email list so you can know every time I'm going live when I'm preparing to do this. My plan was to do morning trading today and probably power hour. We'll see how the market kind of plays with us because power hour was great yesterday. Man, we caught trade, went over $500. So I was like, let's run it back today. So if you're not, DM me on Instagram at Dr. Chaz. I'll get you on my email list and keep you updated. You'll also get information on discounts for the Discord, discounts for my mentorship. Because going into the beginning of the year, everybody want to do the new me, new year, new me. I want to learn how to trade. I want to do some, and then they fall off by Thanksgiving or not Thanksgiving, spring break. I want to get you guys trained up where this becomes fun, it's educated, and you're not leaving money in the market, and you know what's happening around you. So that's why I wanted to grab the mentorships. I was not doing group mentorships before. I was only doing one-on-ones, but I gotta be able to reach the masses. So now I'm doing the group mentorships to help more people in a shorter period of time. Because the people in my cohort right now, they're going to be trading before Christmas. We're taking trades before Christmas. Come on, we need this. You see the bottom of that wick? We want this next candle to close below the bottom of this wick here. That's going to be strong bearish, more bearish sentiment. We want to close. We see the sellers in here. These sellers need to hold this area. And buyers still come back in. I do watch other time frames. This is just for this purposes. I'll go up to the higher time frame, and I showed that earlier. But if I don't want to watch the time frames, I'll just put the strat on, and that way I don't have to watch it. So now I know the 5 minute is bullish, and all the other time frames are bearish. Gives me a little bit more confluence to try to work through this 5 minute candle. But I like the strat, so I don't have to kind of move around. It's going to give me the same sentiment, but I don't have to switch and look at 4 different charts because I already know what those charts are doing with just using the strat. And the strat, the one that I am using, Stratasys FTC only by Ricky Z Curl. So I'll cut the strat on. Now I don't have to watch the other time frames. It's already letting me know whether I'm bullish or bearish on those other time frames. And the buyers are coming in, pushing through that sell order block. And we still got a minute and 45 seconds in this candle. This thing is gonna wear me. It might make me take my little. If it comes back down, it might make me take my $20 and get out the way because this is so annoying. Doesn't usually take all day. Like I like a good trend day. We're in a range day. I should have asked that to you guys because y'all know what kind of day we were having, whether this was trend or range. Power Hour is beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Chrism Renee, thank you so much. Yeah, Power Hour was off the chain. We was on here for like a few minutes and money was made. It was like, boom, get out the way. Uh, Lakeisha, yeah, when we get off of here, give me a call. Just shoot me a DM and we can talk. Um, do you have indicators on TSL or do you track it with Tesla? I watch it by itself. You can look at it with Tesla, but they're going to move the same. But the same indicators I use for SPY, I'm going to use for any ticker. So it's not specific to one particular ticker. You're just watching the movement. But just put the TSLL chart when you get the upper version. Put your TSL chart next to your. Let me show you. You can put your TSL chart on one screen and then put your Tesla chart on the other screen. And whatever move you're seeing or thinking for Tesla, so if I think Tesla's going to move $5, I can say it's $1 move on TSLL. If I think Tesla's going to move $10, then I know it's a $2 move on TSLL. So you just monitor it depending on which one you're looking at. This thing looks like it. Tesla looks like it wants to get bullish. SPYs look like it's turning to. See those? See, I don't have to change my time frames now. The upper time frame, the 5 minute, 15 to 30 is getting bullish. The upper time frames are still bearish. So for swing trading, that's ideal. For bearish sentiment for short term scalping that I'm doing, I want my lower time frames to be bearish because I'm in a put. And like I said, if it shoots down again, I'll just take some profit. Again, I wanted the $100, but we just want to get profit and get out the way because we are ranging so bad. We hit a high, lower high, lower high. We should get a lower high. If this comes up and retest, this could start to run. But there's such low volume today. So that's why we're ranging so bad. The volume is low, sentiment is down, nothing really coming out. I would like to learn more about day trading after learning swing trading. I'm writing a note to go over in my follow up meeting next month. Oh, for sure. Got those time frames. Again, I would like a knife drop, but we might have to take some profit on here because this thing is fluctuating too much. And what's happening is we're sitting in the trade, and the theta is eating us up. So even though we might get back to a lower level, we're going to be later in the day. So when we were $70 profit here at 9:30, at 10:30, we're not going to be at the same $70 profit because we've gone an hour worth of theta. So remember that as you're trading, you're going to see that fluctuation in your premium as you go on through the day. You're going to get lower or go back to break even, and you're not going to have that same price even when you hit that lower target. Again, we're going to mitigate some losses. I'm not going to hold this for afternoon reversal. This candle needs to close red and below this level. Again, break even, I can always get out and get back in or just have a minimum loss. And look at that. Back up to test VWAP. Huh. And we're still ranging. I haven't hit my 30% loss. I'm at about 22 and it's fluctuating. But this is truly a battle day. Back down negative 16%. Again, I just need this to flush down so we can call it a day and come back at power hour. I'm not gonna play in today. I'm gonna stay what my position will be cash heavy and just wait for power hour. If it's gonna stagnate and do this all day, we don't have to let it play with our money. So let's see if we can get a flush down for a break even or a small profit. And then we'll try back at power hour. So might not get it before lunch because this volume is low and it's just a battle of buyers and sellers. We didn't get a trend. Yesterday we had a trend day. What's a trend? The trend was bearish down. We sold down yesterday. This was a trend down. And then had a little pop-up inch range. Today we are ranging. So what they want to do is keep us in the play. And we got a buyer gap. They want to just keep people in the play and burn premium because a lot of money was made yesterday and they want to get it back. I'm not going to give it all back. I can't do it. We got buyers sitting here. Like I said, I might have to cut this because we got buyers coming in unless sellers can push through these buy orders. We know we have resistance with a lot of sellers right here back at the order. But if they try it again, buyers just keep coming in on the lower end. They're not trying to hold this down. They are, sometimes we say propping the market up. Um, but we had some wicking at VWAP. Minister Lakeisha said, if you haven't joined Coach Mentorship yet, I highly encourage everyone to join it. I've learned so much from her after being scammed for 700. I hate to hear that, Minister Lakeisha. I understand more now from her teaching me than ever. Like, yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. We're getting high. We're seeing the hourly. We're getting more bullish. Like I said, I'm probably have to cut this trade. Again, we wanted the $100 before lunch. This is really sketchy to me that the buyers are coming in. It is. We could be getting started for the midday reversal, and this is going to be a loss if it doesn't reject here. But we see the buyers. There's low volume, and we see the buyers are coming in. But again, my stop loss 30%. We just hit 31. I might get this to let this whole candle close, but yeah, we're hitting my stop. Unless we come down now it's flushing back. Now I'm back down to 25%. Again, this is how I watch. And they're rejecting VWAP. Every time we cannot close above VWAP. We get a rejection. Like they're not. They're not. What they're saying is we do not see SPY valued at this price when they keep rejecting it. Now I was down 31%. Now I'm down 17. Now I'm back. I'm coming back to life. Or again, walk understanding what I'm seeing on the chart and not being hasty. Now, granted, it's a blessing I'm not in my Weeble account, because if I was in Weeble, this would have kicked me out at exactly 30%. I'm using a manual stop because I don't have one in Robinhood, so I'm watching it. I saw it hit 31. I should have been closing the trade, but it came back, and now I'm just down 7%. So again, we are seeing what's happening. It is rejecting VWAP. Buyers keep trying to come in, but they are not having enough money to hold that. I'm -10, -6. I am green. You should be green if you held. We need another push down. Come on, give me 650 so we can get up out of here. Like, I'm over y'all today. Well, not y'all. Sorry. I'm over SPY today. This type of price action, yeah, no. This is when you say, thank God it's Friday, get out the way. Hopefully you had a great week. And you don't have to give anything back to the market on a Friday. But you see those upper time frame, you see everything. I don't have to change my time frame. I can see what every other time frame is doing. So I don't have to switch out. Um, Juliana, definitely agree with Lakeisha. I gained so much understanding after learning from Dr. Trash. Very valuable information. I appreciate that. Again, it's not about money. It's not about scamming you guys. I'm not doing a lot of fluff. It's not we're coming in class going over testimonials and I'm running ads. We're getting straight to the chart. I'm Dr. Chad, so you're gonna first tell me what's your issue. We're gonna diagnose that and give you a solution. It's all about solution based trading. Like, I'm not coming in and telling you you got to run my strategy. I find out how well you trade, and we find the tickers that are gonna work best for you. And then look at this book. Oh my God. They did all of that to come back and let buyers come in on the next candle. Sorry, guys. Like, and now I'm back -20% when the sellers had it. Sellers was they're the buyers are sitting right on this level every time, right on this level. That is bananas. They just keep coming in. Same level. They're about to get me back to -30%. And I was just like, I was green. That's why I say I'm take my profit or break even, because now I'm back negative and they might overstand. Like, this is the volume is even lower now. Like, this thing is just super trash. VWAP is still that level. Now this is like, go on and take this candle. Come on back down. Again, it's not hopium. I'm just based off the trading. We've been rejecting VWAP. It needs to reject VWAP again. All that volume in there. Ain't that about a that don't make no sense. All this rejection, very little volume, and now this candle pushes up. Oh, very low volume. We saw all signals red, and then this volume candle pops up. Can't win them all. Now we're at the upper band one of VWAP, and we're inside sellers. If they overtake it, again, I'll just have to make up some trade. But the reversal, I'm just not super confident. But we're at the 11:30. Let's see what can they push it, or are they going to reject? That was a it was some strong buying with very little volume. So let's see if it's a fake pump. But don't look fake. It's looking strong. And it still got 2 more minutes in this candle. But that's crazy. We came all the way back down here to my break even. And then boom, next 5 minute candle just took off. Oh, I can see the higher time frame on my strat. So see the strat. So this is the weekly, the month, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute, 15 and 5. So I don't really have to change the time frame to know that it's bullish. Now I got a buy long signal on my mogul algo on this candle. If I go down 30 minute, you can see I don't even have to change time frames if I have the strat on. I can stay in my 5 minute and still see what the other time frames are doing by using the strat. I appreciate everybody holding on with me. Like this is, we might see a reversal. Will I hop in for a reversal? And that, mm, I just don't trust the price action because we could consolidate to push up, and again we sit in another trade, just eating up theta. Now we're at another. Here's my other resistance line, and we're at the upper band one. But this is giving us more bullish. It could wait out another hour. Yep. See that buy order come in? Now that candle's ended. Let's see if sellers want to fight in this candle or they're giving up. The candle closing above VWAP gives more bullish sentiment. So I may just have to close and recoup. I gave myself 30%. I'm going to stick to it because this thing is going too far. Unless this gets bearish on this candle, I'm out. I'll take the loss and we'll regroup. Will I jump into a call? Not immediately. Again, I want to see a full candle close above, and this is just this candle went through VWAP. It did not. It's not the full candle close. This would be the one. So I'm gonna have to take. It's still battling in this candle. Sometimes I'll drop down to the 1 minute just to see what's going on. We got bullish buy. It's still bullish. It's not coming up red. So I also have this alert. This is where they couldn't push below before above before that 655.48. That's another signal for me in between this range of where they were struggling, where buyers were struggling at. This is a whole, see that red? That's a whole, this is a whole sell order block. But they pushed you strong from the 654 to 655. Another minute and a half in this candle, but yeah, if this keeps going, I'm about to cut it. It's just no point in we get midday reversals, so this is technically Eastern time 11:30. Let's see if they can push, but buyers look like they want to come back and take over the day. Sellers could not control the morning strong. There's that rejection line. It's gonna test it. If it tests and gets above that line, this thing is running because that was a strong resistance area yesterday. But now sellers are pushing back down. Like y'all see the battle. in the candle and where the resistance are. Now they pop back up. A lot of battle in these candles. Yes, as long as I'm not out and about, because I'm gonna get out and move around. Um, I should be back for power hour. Um, got through that. The market is super volatile. I have difficulty to know which direction will go, and lost half of my profits today. Oh no, you should have definitely not lost half. We're not over trading. Make sure we're having stop loss and percentages there. When I'll be back at Power Hour, like I said, I do plan to come back for Power Hour. And SPY is really choppy. Yeah, it's very rangy. I'm in choppy today. The setups are kicking people out. Um, again, I nothing about would have thought to get bullish here to here. This is still, it has to test that area and then see if my alert's gonna go off. It's telling me to come back and look. That was the point of resistance. And it's still running. 30 more seconds in this candle. There's the, we are back inside the orb here. We're hitting the top of the orb here. This is a resistance line. Buyers have found their way. And a long buy. Yep, I'm out of here for this. I'm out of the trade. I'm gonna still sit and watch, but unless this thing pops down, we've got the buy order. This thing's going long. They're still struggling though. We got the buy order, but things looking a little wonky with that wick. We and then we got upper band 3. This is VWAP, some upper bands. Buyers are coming in. Yeah, I'll make it up. I can come back. Why is this? Every time I'm about to close, it weaks and does something weird. But I'm over my 30%, so I've limited myself. I was giving it a little bit more room, and what broke my rule. Let me check my Weeble, because something's looking a little off right here. And we're hitting another resistance. This is about to double top. And sometimes when we get that double top, that wick double top to the high of the day, which was 556.47. You can see a little bit of pullback and profit taking at double tops. But high of the day was 556.47. This has a lot of buying. Now look at our time frames. Now it's getting bearish. It had all that volume buying for the last 10 minutes, and we get a buy order, and now it turns bearish. And it's back at my buy zone. Yeah, this market's being wild. Y'all see all that selling pressure and those buyers sitting right there. And they took all of those buyers back out. Sorry, took all the sellers out. That red, they took all those sellers out. Buying pressure was pushing down, and sellers just came back in and bought it right back up. This is an interesting candle right here. But it wicked back down into that Resistance area 655.48. Let's see if it tests us again. I'm just breaking all the rules on line with y'all again. We lose when we break rules. You will lose when you break rules. And I broke a rule not cutting at 30. But this thing just looks so. The sentiment behind today, like you had 10 minutes of bullishness that it couldn't push up all of this time. Now it's trying to go, and then the bears are trying to push back down right here. This is a wild price action. Like I say, you lose when you break the rules. Yeah, chop chop, up and down, chop chop. What are they setting up for? I'm about to go test the hive today. Like I said, hive today was 656.47. Is it gonna go test the hive today or reject? Market's just battling. Okay, it's gonna test that hive today. All right, and it's just struggling. It's pushing, and now it goes back. That candle. 15 more seconds in this candle. Did they run out of steam? I don't think they're done. So who has big bank take little bank? Do buyers have more money to play today, or do sellers? Because sellers made a lot of money yesterday selling off, and buyers are trying to recoup. Like they lost yesterday, they're trying to win today. But has sentiment changed? Upper time frames looking bullish again. And there's the top of the orb. Now we can see it didn't pop up before. We can see all the buy orders right there now. And then there are the buyers. We're about to double top and hit another sell order block. This thing could be bullish back to our upper targets. So we opened at 655. We got 657. That's the $2 move to the upside. We're getting change of character, which is bullish. I'm not going to touch the bullish because it's just so choppy, and I don't like the price action. So I'm going to just watch it for the next probably 10:45. I just don't like the price action. And that's a clear resistance line right here at I had a clear resistance line at 656.75. We're making our way through this other sale order. And SPY is up 70% on its ATR. So it's got about another $2 in it that it could push up. So we could definitely see 658 if price action continues. My VIX alert just went off at 25. Yeah, I'm gonna let them have this today. because I feel like when I'm not confident in the bullish sentiment, but I can see like this sell order, um, these buyers, I couldn't see that order block. I could see these, so this would have got me more bullish had I saw that sell order. Sorry, these buyers coming in. I know why they would be. This would wick up to the upside. That would have gave me more confluence, but this didn't pop up until later in our trading range. So again, indicators work only when they work. Um, but I don't trust this bullish move. Markets can go bullish, and that's no problem. Again, $2 move from off the close of here, 654 to 656. Could have taken that. Again, but I broke a rule holding that trade too long. Now I'm watching to see if we're bullish. The afternoon reversal might come back bearish. If we look at the 30, let me go back. If we look at the 30, it could be a rejection at 657.06. Yeah, I have it at 657.20 as a rejection. So yeah, we're kind of spot on there. It could reject, but these buyers are coming in. We're seeing buy order block, buy order block. They're wanting to be bullish. I just don't trust it with my money. I feel like I'm trying to see if this is going to be a fake out because the volume is so much lower. I don't know if they'll be able to continue. I want to do a call, but the market can reverse it anytime. That's how I feel. Like I feel like once I get into the call, it's gonna stall out on me, and then it'll start reversing. So when I have a bias, but I'm also not comfortable with the trade, I just don't trade, and I could miss money, and that's fine. But being negative or net being having zero gains is better than having negative gains. Like zero is better than negative, and a lot of times psychologically we don't get that. So instead of me trying to get a win on the call side when I'm not confident in the move, it's just better to just stay cash ready. You see, we're hitting my 657.20, and it looks like we're gonna close. Like here's my next level of resistance, and we're already there. And buyers just look like they're just enjoying the ride. Got calls back here. That was great. I just didn't see it. I didn't get my order block. We did get the close above VWAP, but I just wasn't confident in the volume. And again, you trade what you see. You trade what your confidence level is. We're back down to that resistance level. If I were to take a call, you could take 658 or 660. I'm just not confident because I have it's so much sale order right here. I'll put it on my watch list and see if it starts to print. So that's what I'm gonna do. When I'm not confident in the move, I'll add it to my watch list and just go from there. So I'm gonna go to SPY and add 658 to my watch list, and I'm adding 660. I have to scalp this down because we're wicking to the upside. But again, we're not going to take a put. You want to see a full directional change. If we don't get any red candles and this thing starts to make this triangle back, no puts. Just because we see it, we see the wicking, this could still push up. We had buyers wicking here. So we want to wait and see it. Princess Mixes, just reach out. Reach out to me. My email is in the comments. My send me a message and just let me know if you're interested in group mentorship or if you're interested in the one-on-one. And 1 minute, in the 1 minute, the buyer weekend, 1 minute can show that, but 1 minute doesn't give us all the confluence because they got weak here and then pushed up again. That's why I come off the 1 minute to see a higher time frame. We want the confluence on more candles. So if I get back bearish or if I see this started to descend, I want to see some red candles come because we've had, let's say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bullish candles. We could see a reversal, but we want to see the confirmation come to the downside. Wicking is not confirmation that we're going to get that downside play. It's just kind of an alert to it. See, this thing is so wishy-washy. It gets to the top. I close my puts. Now it wants to start to turn down, but that's okay. I broke rules. If it comes down, that's still good. We're not taking any more losses. I can definitely get back in and get less negative at a different strike. You don't have to sit in a play and just go negative. Again, now it's about recovery. And a lot of people think revenge or recovery is revenge trading. It's just recovery. I may not get back every dollar that was in that trade, and I want to wait for confirmation just because people see that candle and say, oh, we're bearish now. Let me just get in. Well, let's wait for some confirmation. First confirmation or first setup, boom, we have a high and we're starting to reject it. A second one will be if we close below this previous resistance. If we get that close below, then we get a second confirmation to take a put contract. No need to be hasty. You just take your time. Let the chart give us what it give us, and not be hard headed like me sometimes. But again, we got setup one is a high, rejection of a high, and the second point would be if we close below a previous resistance. Yeah, that's considered the confirmation. If we can break through, there's a couple of things that we see here. We see this buy order block and we have a resistance line. I would like for us to close below here and take out this buy order block before confirmation back to the downside. And this may take some scalping because had I scalped earlier, I could have took $75 and then we got in the reversal for a call and made the 100. But again, we want to see it push through that block for more confirmation. But buyers are still coming in. See, we don't want to get caught up in that trap. We need to see two confirmations. And if we don't, we get more confirmation to the upside. So we hit a high, we held the support, and now we're pushing higher. We did not get a 2 point confirmation. So when we don't get that confirmation, it's no trade yet. We are still going strong. 19 y'all still here. We are 2 hours in with this market. I mean, hey, I'd rather do it with you guys than do it alone because it can be frustrating watching the market do this by yourself. So definitely appreciate y'all staying on. This is still running bullish. If you got a call, bless you, because I'm just not touching this thing. It's running hot on all cylinders, but we did get a buy order. I just don't want to get chopped up. And the premiums are a little bit higher than I would want to be playing with. Could have definitely got, I liked it better on IWM. And we should have been looking at IWM. This was a clear reverser, clear close above VWAP, and that took off. I would have liked this. I see so much clearer on IWM, and I said VWAP, but I meant top of the order. This was so much clearer on IWM than on SPY. This was just so much choppier on SPY. Let me take that off. And the levels pushed through. We pushed through that sell order block. So see, there was a sell block here. There's a sell block here. And what did I tell you? That 660 line, it's headed there. It wants to be bullish. So if you want, you can go 560. I did put it on the watch list. Let me see if I did put that 560. Yeah, 560 is up 10%. Eight no, yeah, almost 10%. But I'm gonna leave it alone. I just don't like the price action. It's moving up, but it just doesn't give me that confidence that it does. But I did put the 660 on my watch list. It is up $17, 16 now. I did not get the 2 point setup for a put. So again, if you don't see your 2 point setup, you don't take it. I did get a 2 point setup to the upside. We did get a close above here, and we got to close above that resistance. So there's our 2 point setup for the upside. But I'm just going to paper trade that upside. Again, this is your trading journey. You don't have to take a trade because whatever guru or whoever you're seeing, and I don't have to take a trade if I'm not comfortable. I can watch it. Yes, it's not my money that I'm trading with. I traded my money in the first trade, but this one I'm watching, it's up $31. And it's just on my watch list. And that's fine. Again, this is how you learn. This is how you understand how price and sentiment is going without being crazy. And that's the difference between people who day trade for a living and people who day trade for fun. If I make a bad trade, that's money coming out of my household. Like I trade full time. I don't have a W-2 or receive a check. So if I make a bad trade, that's money coming out of my household. Most people who work a 9 to 5, they will, again, whether they do great 40 hours a week, they're still going to receive that check on Friday. If I don't do great at trading throughout the week, I don't have that capital on Friday. So there's a difference in how you trade and how you manage your money when you are a full-time trader, an investor, versus if this is kind of like your part-time or supplemental gig. So sometimes your risk to rewards are different. Again, I would not have been wrong to take a call here and take it from there, but would I have felt comfortable with it? Not so much. It probably would have increased my anxiety. I would have been looking for pullbacks, and every time it pulled back, I probably would have been wanting to jump out the trade. So again, I trade the trade setups that I'm comfortable with. This one, with the kind of volume that we had, I just wasn't comfortable with the call situation. Not that I was super bearish, but I couldn't see this confluence. If I could have saw this buy order earlier, yeah, we would have been in that thing. But it was so much sleeker on IWM. You see that buy order here? We got clean close above VWAP. I'm sorry, above the orb, and it took off. That was nice and smooth. It wasn't as. It doesn't look as choppy. IWM was not as choppy as SPY. This was moving up. Had I put these side by side, I would have traded better today and been out of those puts a lot sooner and traded the upside. So again, being on live kind of threw my sequence off on looking, because I do check out IWM. We did not veer back over there. We just kept an eye on SPY. But again, live and learn. I took a L. I'm okay. I'm comfortable with recouping that L, but I'm not going to be hasty about the trade. Now we get another buy order. There go to 658. And then, like I said, inside of this sell order, we have another psychological area at 660. So this contract now is up $54, $56. So I'm not in the trade to make the $100 before lunch, but it is definitely rocking and rolling on the watch list. And some people will say that my watch list of trades better than me, or my watch list has more money than I do. It happens. But I'm not afraid to take losses. You will take losses. But why did I take that loss? Let's break that down. I took a loss because I broke my rule. I was supposed to get out at 30%, and I didn't. Had I got out at 30%, I would have got in the reversal and recouped that trade. So I took the trade. I stayed in the trade longer than I was supposed to. And that's what you journal, and that's what you notate. But we don't have bad trades if we don't break rules. Again, we have to follow rules and note. I, as a guru, and not as a guru, but as a mentor, am aware of a flaw or when I break a old rule, and I can be honest about it. Some people like to hide it. Some people like to screenshot and edit or finagle whatever, Photoshop. No, we're honest about the trade. We watched it go through. We saw the trade go in profit. It went against us. We knew to cut the trade. We're watching the reversal happen. We're seeing it go to what I say. I said 558, 558, 660. We're headed to that. This trade on the watch list is now up $67. Is there still opportunity to get in? Sure. Am I gonna get in? No. It wasn't my setup. I'm very strategic about how much I risk the reward, but I would have been making the money back today on the live. We're at 83 in the paper trade for the 660. If this comes up and touches it, it will hit 100. 73. Got clients messaging me and they just said calls, but I'm like, it's a little late. 660 might top out. Calls at 657.20 would have been better. And that's another thing. As a mentor, as a coach, my clients have access to me. They can DM me on Discord. They can DM me on, and that's what I just screenshotted it. I don't know if I can post it for you guys, but that contract for the 660 call just went to 611. It hit it to the T. You can see there, and that contract is over 120. So would have made that money back plus some had I got in. It was not my perfect setup. It is going. This trade is going over 100%. I'll do a clip or a short or make a post of it. But again, $100 before lunch. I just wasn't in it. This thing is still running. We can see where the next resistance that I have is at 660.74. So the levels are leveling. I'm just not in it. If you got in it, congratulations. If you got in it and got it, drop your percent. It just wasn't my setup, but we did see the 2 point setup here and the close for confirmation, and we could have rolled it up here, and that would have been $100. It's still going. It's like 120 right now. But again, I like to be honest with my trading. I'm very transparent with the trades. How much can you make on the low end? Well, that question is a little ambiguous. It depends on how much you start with. I tell everybody to start with $100. So with $100, you're not going to make millions right off the bat. You're not going to even make hundreds. You might make thousands. But at $100 and you're starting out taking 30%, that's $30. You do $30 a day. That's $150 at the end of the week. So it just all depends on what company you're trading, how much capital you're starting with, and what's your stop loss and take profit, or what's your actual goal. So it all though that question kind of varies on how much you can actually make. And I like to be honest with people. They be like, "Oh, can I make $1,000?" You can, but will you make $1,000 after the first month of trading? Probably not, because with risk management, you don't know what you're doing. You got to put some reps in. The first time, LeBron James started shooting at the court, I don't think he was perfect. He had a trainer. He had to put in some practice. He had to work at it. So you can have the skill set and start making the money, but I don't think you will probably have the confidence of after you traded a little while to make more. So I really, again, I like to be transparent and be honest with people on what you can make. Now you see that rejection line. I told you guys where this was going to and why I didn't want to get in. We're seeing the rejection. So let's see if we get that 2 point setup. So we had the high of the day, and let's see if we get a second candle to close for us to take a put. Because the call printed. Man, we might stay on all day because power hour, the day has just taken so long. And I enjoyed this. This is what I do with my clients on one-on-one. We usually trade from 8:30 to about 9:30 or 10, and we hop off. Y'all are getting like, my consults are usually $100 an hour. So this is over $200 worth of consultation y'all are getting together. When you're in the mentorship, it's not per hour. You can say, hey, can we meet twice a week? Can we meet once a week? It's really based on your schedule when you're in the one-on-one mentorship. I have a client, we would meet, we'd have a class in the evening. Me and that person, we would go over trade setups for the week, and then we discuss trades from those days in the evening, maybe twice a week, have a learning session on the weekend. We trade live together like twice a week. So it just all depends on how you learn as a person and what you get out of that. If you don't show up, if you don't schedule a consult, we don't meet. This is based on your learning style and your schedule. So you have to show up in order for me to show up. You know your trading journey. I don't know your learning style. You know if you need your handheld. You know if you need extra time. And if you do, there's nothing wrong with that. It just may cost a little more, but would you rather pay less and not know anything, or pay a little more and make it back? If anybody here, I take sponsors. I'm looking for sponsors for 2 clients in the group mentorship. I have a lot of traders that win. They have a lot of great trades. I have a sponsor right now. They just gave away 2 one-on-ones to a young person. And so I only had 2 people reach out, a parent of a 17-year-old and a college student. So I just decided, okay, well, it's 2 free classes. How about I not pick between them and I let them, if they agree to it, I let them do the 2 first classes together. They both agreed, where the parent of the 17-year-old agreed. So they're going to take the first 2 classes together, and then they can have the option to do the mentorship later at a discounted price. But again, people like to pay it forward for others. If anybody wants to sponsor somebody or pay for one-on-ones for people in the future, you can definitely do that. I appreciate it. It does allow me to help those. I can't help everybody for free because this is what I do full time. I do have to run a business. It does not pay for itself for like TradingView, Zoom, these other amenities to help my student. So this pays for it. It's not a nonprofit, but I do plan to start a nonprofit to help military veterans learn. I want to help kids aging out of foster care. Foster care children are very heavy on my heart because I want to help them. I was not a foster child. I grew up in a 2-parent household. I have loving parents and grandparents and a great support system. And I understand that these kids don't actually have that. And so they turn to the street, they do criminal activity. But if I could show them this skill set, they don't have to do that. They don't have to depend on somebody else or leverage themselves to create money or income. This skill is free. A phone with some Wi-Fi. I mean, they can get a government phone. They can get Wi-Fi, Mint Mobile, $15. I showed them how to trade. They could trade from anywhere. They can trade from the corner of a Walmart with some Wi-Fi. They can trade from a hotel room or their group home, whatever situation. So that's where my nonprofit will stand. I'll be putting that into works into 2026. But anything in the access, it allows me to help people who just don't really have the money. They need the skill, and they honestly don't have the money. And I do giveaways. I gave away 2 free mentorships last week, and all they had to do was subscribe to the YouTube channel. They needed to share it. They needed to tell me why they wanted to win. So I gave away 2 free mentorships. So that was $1,200 in value to those individuals because they show up. These people, they're making sure they share my post so more people see me. They're telling me, they're referring people to me in their community. They're showing up on the lives when they can, even if they work a 9 to 5. I have people show up and they'll just tune into the live on their phone and have it on mute. It just shows the support. I had a young lady last year. She couldn't afford it. I dropped it down my lowest mentorship price to help her get on because she shared my information. She always commented on my posts. I knew she was hungry and ready. She communicated with me all the time. I see you. A lot of people, when you're just a number, you're just another purchase to them. I see my client. I see them commenting on YouTube. I see them commenting on TikTok. I see them commenting on IG. I see them commenting on Facebook. I see them trying to make something better. And I know this as me as an educated. My background is pharmacy. So I've gone through college. My situation is different from other people, but everybody doesn't have that leverage and they don't need it. So this was a skill set that I found outside of the 4 walls of an institution. So I try to give back as much as possible. I try to do giveaways. I drop inside a Discord. I let you get to know me. I do questions about my family. I do questions about my grandkids or my kids to kind of make it fun so we can do trivia. So it's really about educating more people, getting more people to learn this skill. Like if right now, if you didn't do nothing else, and you made some money or you learned today, the 18 people on here, that's a blessing. And it didn't cost you anything. All you had to do was show up. And I'll keep showing up and doing these lives free if you show up. So again, it's passions with purpose. My purpose has always been to help people. I know that's why God put me on this earth. I've gone through several journeys, in your vehicle in the journey can change. My first vehicle was medicine. My first vehicle was education. Now my vehicle is finance or financial growth, because the education is not the only thing it's not going to nourish you. Just because you know everything in every book about trading, that's not going to feed you and pay your bills. You being able to execute it's going to feed you and pay your bills. So my purpose has always been the same. It's to help people. It's just the vehicle that it is in is what has changed. Again, I took an oath in school to do no harm, to the medical oath, and I'm still doing that. I'm still upholding that oath as I teach people how to trade. Um, Again, all I want to do is I'm just a vessel. I'm just a messenger. I'm not a genius. I think I'm very smart. My wife says I'm super smart. My grades will say I'm super smart, but this skill doesn't take, you don't need a lot of money. You don't need high tech tools. You can use a phone and some Wi-Fi. You don't have to be like, oh, I got to go buy a fancy laptop. Forget all of that. Make some money in the market and let it pay for itself. When I first started this business, I waited until I had a few clients, and once I had that money saved, I went down and started applying for my LLC. I got me a location. Like, let this stuff pay for you. We always see a lot of tools and assets that help us, but we have to put a lot of overhead, or we want to make, we want to start and get everything. Just start. Just start trading. Start learning. Show up to the lives. Get the free education. Start putting money to the side. Start your yard sale. I'll even tell you another way to do this. I'm from Memphis. Most people be like, they wouldn't know that by my accent all the time, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to finesse. If you want to finesse your way into my mentorship and through it and make it, let me show you how to finesse. And I broke this down. It's not a secret. I tell everybody how to finesse. I'm gonna tell you how to finesse me because it's gonna come out better on your end. Let's say you don't have the money to learn how to trade right now. And I'm only going through this because the market is still stalling. We're not pushing back up or down right now. Y'all can still see it. But this is how you finesse and get the mentorship for almost free. Start taking high paying surveys. I have a survey course that shows you how to take high paying surveys. I've done videos on it. I've taken them myself. $120, $125, boom, just to tell people how you feel about something you was going to say on Facebook for free. Take the survey course. Survey course is $30. Take you 6 surveys, save that money, and use that to pay for the options mentorship. Now you've invested $30, made back hundreds, and you use those hundreds to pay for the mentorship. Now you get into the mentorship and you're learning how to make money. Now that's going to pay for itself. It's really like investing in yourself and getting a return. Most people are not going to tell you that. They're going to they're going to tell you, hey, I got a funding program for you, and you can get this funding and get a loan and get it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I'd rather people not go into debt trying to pay me to learn a new skill. It doesn't make it fun. It doesn't help with your emotional state to be like, man, I'm already in this for 600 and I haven't made any money in 4 weeks. That's fine. You're educating. When you went to college or when you went to school and you started working, you didn't immediately make money. But we changed it around when we learned a skill that we invested with our cash and we want to see an immediate return. Take that out, take that off the table. Take when you're gonna get your money back off the table. You go out to school, people go out and get into school and they won't see a return until after they graduate, if they do. So it's just a matter of changing mindset on how we go about learning from people. And it's great to protect your money. Definitely vet the people that you understand, because y'all been on here for like 2 hours. If you've listened to me and you don't like my voice, you don't like my sentiment, you don't like the speed, find you somebody that you do resonate with. You don't have to learn from me, but I do recommend you learn from somebody. So that's super important. Okay, Wiz just made $60 on the live. Did you get a call? Tell me what strike price and what call. What did you get? So money still being made. SPY is still trying to push up. We see that rejection line right there. Kind of get off my soapbox. But again, I want to show you, I'm going to continue to tell y'all how to finesse. So again, you got the survey replay for $30. Start stacking those surveys, get the money to pay for the mentorship. I do offer payment plans. So if you need to split the payment and say, hey, Chad, it's about to be Christmas. I got to buy my kids gifts. Can I pay half now and pay half later? You can definitely do that. I also, this is a business. I take Stripe. So you can use Klarna or Afterpay to split your payments. If you say, Chaz, my credit jacked up, I'm not going to be able to get that. Can I pay you per week or can I split it up? That's fine too. Also, I have military. They get paid twice a month, 1st and the 15th. So if we're falling after that and you're like, hey, I need to pay on the 1st, great, sign up. We'll get you paid on the 1st. I prefer communication, and you're not just going. If you go look on most of my pages, you don't even see where you can come sign up to work with me. One, I need to know if you're committed to this. I don't want anybody's money because I will refund it back. If you show up and you're talking about I just want to flip money or trade for me or do all of these things, I'm just going to refund you your money, and that's fine. This might not be the program for you. But if you're committed and you need some assistance and you're ready to work, then I vet you, I send you the pay links, and then we go from there. Perfect. He got in and out on a scalp, 13-minute trade, $60. Beautiful. I think we're going to start coming down for that afternoon, and I might be ready to scalp a put. But what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for that 2-point setup. See how I move my point? I'm waiting on, we hit a high. I'm waiting on a 2-point setup, and we're going to need a close below that resistance line to see this tumble back down. Again, if you climb a mountain, you're changing altitudes, it's harder to climb a mountain than to come back down the mountain. So if the push up took 10:22, took an hour. We could probably trade that back down even faster because it's easier to come back down and sell. But we're gonna wait for a setup. I don't have to take any trade until the setup presents. If we're doing a reversal, see how that psychs you out, but because it didn't completely close. But if you bought a call, got out here, perfect move. The link for the survey, I don't have a link. So I did put it up on the link, and I put it on Gumroad, but it's $49.99 on Gumroad. Then I had to make a discount code and all of that. If you want, you can reach out to me on IG or on Facebook, or here, I'll drop it. You can do, let's see if y'all can see that. That's the Cash App, or you can Zelle to my email and just make sure I have your email address, and I'll get that sent over to you. I think my email address is in my contacts. My email address is where you would Zelle it to. But if you don't see it, it'll just be this at Gmail. I know they're kind of glitchy with what I can actually put in the chat. But again, you buy it, share with your family, share with your kids. One, I don't feel like everybody in the household needs to buy the survey. You buy it, you share it with your people. Everybody can get it. Everybody can learn, especially if you're a male. They always love men because they always have wives or women or mothers sitting around doing the surveys. They always want men. They need men input on balding, beards, everything that relates to a man that um women can't give an opinion about. So the survey topics vary. My most recent survey was on food storage, and it was $125. I sat on a Zoom with 9 other people for 1 hour and made $125 to talk about food storage. And then they gave me my gift card. Your payments can come in a form of a gift card, can be Visa, Amazon. Sometimes they pay in cash. They'll ask for your PayPal or your Zelle. No, PayPal or like your banking account. But it all depends. Every company out here has to get feedback on their products, whether it's food, whether it's shopping, whether it's clothing. They need that feedback from the public, and they reach out to these companies to get that feedback for them. So I have the legit list of about 10 companies that give high paying surveys. They can also be medical related clinical trials. I've done quite a few. My daughter does them. They always pick her. And even if she gets rejected, she gets like $125 just for showing up. So they're much friendlier and pay out better with kids. When it comes to the health studies, if you're an adult, make sure make sure it's about the symptoms that you have. High blood pressure, they always do an obesity, high blood pressure, weight loss. My brother-in-law just did one for kidney stones. He actually has kidney stones. I think that survey pays over $3,500 over the course of like 6 months. Like, that's some good money. Yeah, and you sign up for multiple. Get on the list, fill them out. When I'm waiting on my kid come out of school, when I'm sitting in the bus line, I might get on my phone, put the car in park, apply for a couple of surveys. I get calls back all the time. Like they have me in rotation. One of them, she just emails me, "Hey, Chad, I got a new survey. Can you hop on?" Some of them are opening checking accounts. Like if you know you're looking for a new bank or checking account, they'll have you open up a checking account. You don't get anything for opening your checking, but I get $250 every time I open a new checking account, and I can close it whenever I want to. They pay the maintenance fees. They just want to see you check it out. A lot of the information will be like, oh, well, they want my personal information. These are secure companies that I'm giving you. They redact your information, so it's not on the web or anything like that. The survey replay is $30, just $30. Nothing crazy. A cup of coffee or lunch or dinner. Nothing too outrageous. Just make sure you do send your email address, however you send it, or make sure you email it to me so I can get it over to you. Okay, y'all see that second candle, 2 point setup. We got the first one. We want that to close to see if we get a 2 point setup for a reversal. Now, what we'll see here is we're getting after lunch. So contracts are going to be what? A little bit more affordable because we're later in the day. So they're not going to cost as much. But if you've been holding them all day, you're definitely not going to get the same price you had before. So right now, a 660 put is a little under 200. I'm going to add it to my watch list. And we're going to look at 658 is 122. And I'm going to add that now. We're looking like we're getting that 2 point setup. But we're going to see buyers right there below. Remember, we see that order block right here. So we're going to see buyers and it's dropping. Let's see if I can get in on a 658. Might not get a feel. I might have to just watch this play out. Because this thing looks like it's wanting to start forming down, but we want to wait until we get that second candle to close, and that candle has a few more minutes in it. Well, no, a few more seconds in it, and then it should close. There we go. We get the sell order block. Let's see if I can get feel. Man, it just don't want to feel me today. Did I get filled that time? I can't even see. I'm trying to get filled and it's just not working. Okay, looks like I got filled. I'm up $5. We'll see how much down it goes because we can see buyers here and we see buyers there. We got sellers here. Let's see who's gonna take it. Look, yep, looks like the beginning of a put. As I said, we look for that 2 point setup. Buyers are coming back in though. We got buyers right there. See them come in right at where the buy zone is. See, sellers have to push through that. See how every time it gets to that area, it pops back up because we got buyers sitting there. Now let's see what sellers are gonna do. Let's watch the battle. Popping back up. Buyers are filing back in. Looks like a setup for a put, but we can see those buyers sitting there. Like I said, it looks like the beginning of a put, but looks like buyers want to file back in. They're taking out that sell block. We can look at the time frames. It's mixed. 5 minutes looks bullish, 15 and 30 bearish. The hourly, 4 hour, and daily are looking more bullish. So buyers stepped up right here. So it looks like it was having bearish sentiment, and buyers are stepping up. We still got 1 minute and 23 in this candle. And it's overtaking that candle. It's gonna go back. It's probably gonna go back and test that high. Wicked here. Buyers came in. That is a strong support level right there at that 659.60. So SPY said we coming back. It didn't break below that level to continue a downtrend. We're sitting high on the TTM squeeze. We're sitting high on the MACD. We're sitting high on the RSI. Everything is sitting high right now. Jake's Repair, thank you for coming in. Like I appreciate everybody that's been here. It's been some time. This is taking longer than I really expected for lunch. But like I said, we saw the call make the 100% on the paper trade. We've been on almost 3 hours now. It's still 12 of y'all rocking with me. So as long as y'all are here, I'll be here. We're gonna see what this plays out. Hopefully not ride into power hour. But it has been a journey watching this today. But lessons learned. I mean, very education on how the market moves, how you're looking at sentiment, how you use your indicators to get more confirmations on particular moves, knowing when to do your entry and exit. All of those are key. And it takes time. My next alert on the upper level is set at 663.12. If this thing runs again, I have an upper alert, but we'll see where what is that? Where buyers come in. How do I get that off? Uh, my screen's blocked. There we go. Good job. Now it's coming back to test it again. Let's see what happens. It's 11. It's almost 11:30 for me. It's probably 12:30 for most people on Eastern time. What y'all got for lunch? Like, I haven't had breakfast or lunch. I'm not really a breakfast eater. I'm doing some juicing here soon. But what y'all got for lunch? What's for lunch other than these $100 you trying to get? All right, 660 is about to test again. That's that strong psychological area, 660. We can see those time frames on the strat. Lower time frames getting more bearish. Buyers coming back in. They're trying to hold that 660. All right, we got the next candle printing. Let's see what that one does. Buyers came back in. You see those buyers right here. They keep wanting to hold it up. Chipotle. I'm too nervous to eat right now. Uh, are these daily withdrawals? I withdraw on the weekend because I like to trade and have enough capital for the week to trade and trade my profits. So usually on Friday, like today, I'll push my money into my spend account and trade it. I'm sorry, and use my debit card, or I'll transfer it to my regular account and pay my bills with it. So I don't do daily withdrawal. I usually do end of the week withdrawal. But you can set your system up however you like it. If you want to withdraw after your money settles overnight, you can withdraw it. Too nervous to eat. I used to be that way too, Chipotle, but this is my last purchase. I can understand that. Let's go look. I've heard that a lot with Chipotle, and Chipotle took a lot of heat from the health community, and we can see how they've traded down for quite some time with their quality changing. Because Chipotle used to be $100 company. We come out here and look. Actually, let's go up on a yearly, and let's just blind everything. Look at them. Just mass selling since the stock split. So 69 down to 31. They're 50%. Now, most people say, well, Chipotle's on sale. Let me buy that. but can they recover? Can they start to get buyers back in? Can they get shareholders back in? And based on their earnings, can they recover that? So you got to watch and see how they play out. But Chipotle's quality is going down, so that has affected their shares as a company. And ignore all the noise on the chart. When we get back closer, it won't be this bumpy. There we go. Yeah, SPY coming back up, test the high of the day. It's not pressing down. Buyers can't push through there, so this thing might not decide to take a drop until lunch. So so after lunch, if it does, it could stall right here and we consolidate, and that's fine too. But the TTM squeeze and MACD and RSI are all sitting hot, which makes me think it may come down, but they can hover here and just stall out for the rest of the day. That's when we'll see consolidation where we don't push higher and we don't break lower either. They just trap people and let the premiums kind of eat up plays. And we don't want to get stuck in that. When we see a trade consolidating and not really moving, let me move the indicators. Let's take everything off. Here, if we don't see a break above this level or below this level, it's going to consolidate in this zone. We don't want to be trapped in that play. We want to make sure it closes below this level here or above that level there to see a continuation to each side, or whoever's in these contracts in between here, whether calls or puts, it's just going to trade sideways and not get any profit level. There'll be short gains if they're in tight contract, but outside of that, we won't see any gains. And the market will do that. The market can sit there. Starting to see a little bit of blue on the TTM. Like, I don't have the TTM on this chart. I have it on my Webull. So seeing a little bit of blue. There could be a little push down on the TTM. But this is going to test the high. The high was 661.19. It's going back to test the high. Market just wants to stay bullish. It might not push down. They might hold this above that 660 level. 660 is the level to drop. If it just doesn't go below 660, no puts. And holding above 661 for additional calls. So interesting, watching the market with other people, seeing how y'all look at it, seeing how y'all trading. Y'all are still rocking here. Like, drop those sevens again if you're still here. If you're still awake, drop some sevens in the comments. Again, it looks like you're going to test that high again. I'm seeing some people put calls have paid, but they're still bearish. Yeah, I think this kind of plays around here for a little while. I'm gonna probably be done for the day until power hour. I'm just gonna stay cash heavy. It's wrecked me. It's hit my stop on 2 plays. I saw the setup. Oh, Apple's triggering, but it looks like we may run to that next level alert that I have, which was about 66309. That's my upper level and then I have this 66352. But it's like every time it pushes up, sellers come back in just a little bit, and it gets a little bit more volume to keep pushing. So it's gone $10. I mean, we sold off 23 yesterday. It's recovered about 10. That's very, very reasonable. We're seeing some wicking on the upside. And as I say, there's a little bit of selling coming in. Got a new high of 661.51. And it still didn't break out of that range. Again, this is why I like to have that countdown, because if somebody's in a call or in their input, just watch the countdown so they can kind of breathe through their trade, because they probably initially just got a call and then like boom, they get wiped out immediately as that candle starts pulling out. I also sometimes look at level 2 to see if there's any wild order blocks. I saw a big order block at, oh dang, it went away. The 660s, 660.85. I'm seeing some 2500 order blocks pop up, 659. So I'm seeing some large order blocks pop up on level 2. Let's see if I can show it in Webull, some of that level 2 action. But I saw some 2500 order blocks showing up on that level 2. Where's my level 2? I might need to. I want to see. Let's try this again. I don't want to go too wild on Webull and TradingView because this sharing might want to tap out on me. It's just letting me see my buy order. So can't show the level 2 here. I'll do that next time. Show some level 2, and you can see large orders coming in. I mean, I saw some stacked 2500s, and that's usually like early sign. If we start to see larger orders at lower strikes, so I was seeing some 660 40s, and it was like 2500 and 660 lower strike. So when we see that, it's buyers showing where they want to buy it. So it's like me coming into an auction. So I'm seeing some 659s, 42s at 2500. So when I start to see those order blocks at 2500 pop in and out, they're trying to bring price action down. They might not be inputs, but they are trying to drive price down. It could be better entry, it could be for a better feel. And sometimes you'll see those order blocks pop up and disappear because they're just baiting the price action to kind of scale down. So sometimes they stay. I would see them a lot in SPY about a year ago, and then I guess they figured out that I figured it out, or other people figured it out, and they stopped doing those large order blocks. But I did see some lower, large order blocks, and some of those did get filled. We see the wick down here, the 660 40s and stuff. Those order blocks got filled. They were bringing price down, and they brought price down to come fill those orders and pop back up. It's like, yeah, we'll take your order at that price. That's fine. And they're going to continue to fill to the upside. So it's just a matter of like, keep increasing the tools that you use and that you see that help you be a better trader. But yeah, when we see those large order blocks, we usually see price action come down. Market makers are going to come down and fill those orders at the lower level. And we've been going 3 hours. Like I ain't. Yeah, I don't. This is when I'm doing my sessions. I only go for 45 minutes to an hour. I don't, and then I do another session because I don't like talking that long. But man, we've been rocking and rolling. They took those lower order blocks and popped right back up. Like I said, I'm still seeing some squeezing on the TTM, and MACD is sitting high and RSI is high, which makes for we either about to get some wave, some volume to push this thing up here. We're gonna get that 663, or this thing may come down. Like it's just sitting in this consolidation period, which for me is like a no, don't touch until we get above. If we can get a close above 661.50 or a close below 660, it's like don't do anything. You need a close below here for confirmation down. And we need a close above the high for confirmation to the upside for another $2 move to the upside. But when we're trading, it's all about price. It's all about what somebody's willing to pay. Do they see SPY valued at a higher price? What are they? Where's the zone where they say no? We like SPY up until 661.50, and then we're not going to buy. We want better fields, or nobody believes in it. Also, this probably has the VIX down now. VIX is probably lower because SPY is sitting up, and we'll see that inverse effect. So see, so if the VIX keeps falling and it's well below VWAP, the SPY could keep running. But if VIX finds some support and starts to come back up, we'll start to see the SPY turn back down. But the VIX is low. SPY has all the room to continue on the upside. We are well over 100% on ATR, so I do get cautious when we've kind of ran our course. But again, yesterday we went well over 200%. I mean, we were still running, so I don't always let that be my driver. It could be running on fumes, but it is like a gauge of how much we've moved. So we've recovered $10. We ran down over 23, I think, yesterday. And you can see SPY is still trucking, testing that high. It's about to go test that 661.50. 661.51. All right, do buyers believe in that price? I'm seeing those order blocks come back in 660.14, 660.70, 660.70, 660.28. So there were some lower blocks. So they pushed it down just slightly with those lower order blocks. But yeah, I think the market's gonna hold this up. It's might not see anything for an end of day term. They're coming down to fill these order blocks. Those 25, those 2,500 order blocks that are coming in, they're bringing price down to come fill those order blocks. And like, we're gonna take it. Y'all can keep pushing price up, but if you put in a lower order, we're gonna come down and fill it, and y'all can run it right back up. Yeah, they're just bouncing down, filling these order blocks, and price is just eating it back up. See, every drop is eating it back up. There's where the buyers are sitting, and they just bought price action right back up. It's real interesting to watch in real time versus the replay, and when you can see the orders getting filled. So now I'm seeing a 659. Oh, Crap, they're moving fast. 659, 67. Let's see if they come in at 660, 24. These order blocks are moving so fast. And a lot of people don't like to read the order blocks of the ticker tape. It's not for everybody. And it can be a little confusing, but once you get used to looking at it, and starting to see the little nuances that add up, it could actually give you just a little bit more edge. And they bought it right back up, back to 61. I'm starting to see the TTM. It did squeeze down a bit, but it's still edged up. We're well off the 200. We're well off VWAP. We're well off the 50 MA. We're well off the 20. Everything we bounced off of, we're sitting high on everything. All cylinders are still running hot. But if anybody gives up, any high volume comes in here, it could be a drastic pull to the downside. But again, we got bullish to 663, bearish to like about 659.30 if it wants to pull down. But it's breaking out of that range. Again, a close over 661.51. We got calls to 663. And then no puts below, no puts below 660. Before 660. It's like all of this is just consolidation. You want confirmation, and we don't have it for down. I would like a close above for. It's just choppy. Got 10 minutes to noon. Man, we've been going almost 4 hours now. Still 14 y'all with me. One, drop a one if y'all want to stay on. Drop a two if y'all want to come back at 2 o'clock. We're seeing a little bit of drop. Y'all let me know. I'm here with you guys. I don't want to bore you guys. I'm not the entertainment. The market is the entertainment. So if y'all want to stay on, drop a one. If y'all want to come back at K Watts, thank you. If y'all want to come back at Power Hour in about 2 hours, drop a two. We'll go with majority rules. I have to take some screenshots so y'all will know. No, I'll do a video. Let me do a quick video and I'll drop it in my shorts of this level 2 price action. And if you got level 2 on Webull, you probably know what I'm talking about. But some people don't have level 2. I have level 2 in my premium package. So I give like a 10-second pop up. You can see these 2,500 order blocks popping in, and they're coming to fill these orders. Like wherever they see those orders, market makers will want to come get that money. Now that I'm recording, a lot of them are not coming up, but we'll do about 30 seconds. Yeah, you can see those 2,500 order blocks and price moving down. But say whatever you want to do, we got one, doesn't matter to me. Two, looks like we will go through the 9 in May. We got 2 ones and 2 twos. We got 14 people on here. Got a 50-50. Give me three more people to vote. One we stay, two we come back at 2. Because we're tied up right now. And I want to be fair. We're seeing that drop. And see, if we get action like this, I don't mind staying on. We can see the price action coming back to test the 660. But then we know we got buyers sitting right there. Have they given up the goat or just rallying again? It would be too central. We got another one to stay on. All right. So 660 is that drop point. If this is going to continue down, sellers have to break that 660 buying area. So you can see it testing that support. Like I said, now RSI is curving. We're starting to see that TTM squeeze just slightly. But they came down and bought up those order blocks. Those 660 order blocks that I was seeing pop down and 659, 70, 90s, they came down and wicked and bought all those order blocks up. So people that were putting in, if they were trying to drive price down, they got filled. And we're still seeing those lower order blocks get filled. But that's a deep red candle. There was a lot of selling pressure in that candle. More selling. See how the time frames have turned bearish. But again, 660 is the zone. If they don't break 660, buyers are going to come back in and swoop and run this right back up. 660 is that zone. And see how buyers are coming right back in. They got it down. They came and filled all those low orders. Everybody that was buying at 660, they came and got all those buyers' orders at the lower price. I'm not seeing any more 2,500 orders pop up. So this candle has a whole 4.5 minutes left, and buyers are still buying. They got money. They did not get wiped out yesterday. Buyers are still coming in. Every time they push price down to 660, they buy it back up. They bought it back up a whole another buck. So again, I say it's like big bank take little bank. Who has more money at the end of the day to control the day? Well, to control the rest of the day. We had sellers. We kind of had a mixed bag in the morning. Mid-afternoon, buyers came in. You got a little bit of selling pressure. Great question. I went over it a little bit. So with the trading view, you can start with the free. You don't have to have anything. You can start. You don't need the essential. Just start with the free version, and then I would recommend getting plus or premium. I know it's a bit of a price difference, but you can look at, again, I teach, so I'm not downgrading to the essential. But if you're really going to use it and utilize it, $16 a month, it's going to definitely make your trading a lot better. And again, factor it out. As long as I make $16 a month trading, it pays for TradingView and it's worth the price. This is the best deal that you can get. But I like that 70% off for you're getting way more for your buck. For $1 more, you get the premium. So that's the best deal. Again, Ultimate. If you're trading for a firm or something like that, then you can get Ultimate. But essentially, I don't think beginners or anybody needs Ultimate unless you're really trading, you're managing funds, you do this full time. But if you're a beginner still practicing, Plus and Premium are going to be the best. But for just $1 more, you can get the premium. So, but definitely as a beginner, practice with the Yes, Ray Gun. I do plan to. This is something I'm incorporating into growing my channel is to do the live. I think you guys like a couple of the short form contents, but watching trading live, I've seen a couple of people do them. But I just wanted to get my input on how I trade it, how I look at the indicators. But yes, I do plan to continue this if people continue to show up. But probably just morning session and power hour. This is a longer day. Like I don't think I've ever been on live this long. But again, if we enjoy trading and doing this, this will be something I bring. We can see those sellers coming back in trying to test that 660. Again, 660 is strong. The buyers are strong at 660. That's a level. If they break that 660, we could see a downspan, but that is a strong support area. And y'all are really watching it play out at that level. Thank you, Rick Gunn. I appreciate that. Again, if I show up, if you guys show up, I'll show up. And it's something new I'm trying out. We've had over 10 people for the last 3 hours. I think we hit like 25 or 20. So that was pretty good to be online or be trading this long throughout the day, especially on a Friday. The Fridays are a little bit more volatile. Again, I don't plan to do this every day. We might do the most volatile days or when there's news or when Powell's speaking or something like that, do Mondays and Fridays or something like that. As long as I don't have a client, because if clients come first, if they decide, hey, I want to trade privately with you, then that takes precedent over me coming to YouTube. But if we're seeing movement, like again, this is just kind of this has been a more range day, so it's been very stagnant, not as much excitement. So I don't want to bore people. Yeah, that 660, like I said, 660 strong. The buyers are sitting right there at that 660, and they keep coming in to hold it above that level. They're just trying to break this down, but buyers have a lot of money. I guess they didn't sell it out so much. Do I utilize the premium versions of Yahoo Finance, or can most of the charting? And you can definitely do Webull and TradingView. I utilize Yahoo for the free version. I'm not even signed in. I use Yahoo Finance because it's more visually appealing for students to learn from. But outside of that, no, you don't need any premium version on Yahoo. Webull, the only thing with Webull is when you're using Webull desktop, Webull phone, and Webull web, the charts don't all sync up. So I like that about TradingView. If I'm on my phone or if I'm on my desktop, laptop, all of my charts are going to be the same. So that's why I incorporated with the indicators and using TradingView. But I keep my Webull chart very simple. But TradingView is my go-to for my charting. A lot of people like Thinkorswim. I never got fully comfortable with Thinkorswim, but Thinkorswim has some great tools as well. It's just one that I didn't master. And it did slow down my PC a lot, but Thinkorswim is great too. We're seeing that wicking again. Those buyers are coming in right here. They cannot keep this under 660. Sellers will have to come in big. They're gonna have to find some money and some volume to push past 660 because they're holding this thing up like it is being propped. You can see every time we push that top, every time we test this level, it comes back strong. They're not trying to let this thing go. We dropping lower and lower. I'm gonna go grab me some water. I'm gonna mute this for a second, but we're seeing it drop. We're right at the 20. And we break this 20, we could see a sharp fall. Or we're gonna see a bounce. I'm gonna grab some water and be right back. But again, what are y'all looking at? Are y'all taking anything? Drop some comments in the chat, and we're gonna keep rolling. Yeah, I see my push coming back from the dead as I grab some water. We're in that buy zone. Let's see if they're gonna push through that one too. There's that Bob Barker. Come on down. It's battling at the 0.45. Battle, battle, battle. Yeah, I see that battle, that 0.33 battle, and let's see, we're gonna go test that 0.58. And I'm in that put, so it may go in the money, almost in the money, 33%. I'm up $53. So it's just teetering, getting that 50 put. We had another breaking another support. I'm glad we stayed on, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. Oh, you left too early. It happens. It happens. Looks like it's trying to bounce up from the 658. Nothing wrong with taking profit though. Coming back down to 658. They selling 592. What is crazy is next week they can sell 16 and liquidate the people that get your woo. They definitely can, because I saw those sell orders. Damn it, Dave, and I appreciate you coming through. The retail trader, that's my mentor. But Miss Phoenix dropped the 1128 570 puts on there, and I saw that, and I was like, it's a lot of people there, so people are being very bearish. But they probably got him kicked out of the trade with this push up, and now it's selling back down. Again, I was biased on puts. They kicked me out, hit my stop because they ran up on the calls, and now they're selling back down in the day. And I'm almost reaching my recovery. I'm at about 72%. I'm sorry, $70. I'm up 41%. So if this thing can hold on and take another drop into that next buying zone, we're going to see it could continue to sell. Again, I have another support area right at 657.20. So let's see if we can push down there and we can see those buyers sitting at that order. But they might be easier to take out this afternoon. Most people are going home. Most people are done buying for the day. So it's an easier come. I'm at about 85. And one more drop and we're out of here. I'm not going to be too greedy because I could have took profit earlier on those initial puts. So if I can only get 75, 76 on the day, I'm going to take that as a win for the recovery. Buyers still want to keep buying, and we see where they're at. Oh yeah, I mean, once you lock down, once you find your trade, your ticker, again, you don't have to have a lot of tickers. I know how SPY moves, and you just trade how it goes. It's just like it's muscle memory. Just like when you get up, go travel to your mama house or to the grocery store, you don't need your GPS on. You know how to navigate. And that's how I like to trade the SPY. Trade what I know how to navigate. Let's see if we can get one more knife down. And I'm probably gonna have to take this profit to get up out of here. Because these buyers are still strong. They are not trying to give up. Like, I'd be done buying for today. Like, why are y'all still pushing? So if that 0.75 gives up, we're gonna go battle that 0.66. Y'all see the battle numbers there of what areas and zones have to battle. But buyers are just still coming in. And we're back at 658. We got a minute and 38 still in this candle. It could start reversing back above that support. I see those buyers in there. Oh, they gave it up. You can see that faint green of buyers come in. and they gave up slightly. They have to push down below 658, but 658 is in, we are in profit and we are in the money. There you go. They're battling so hard right here. We see the buy order on SPX. We could get a move down there as well. They just got to give up the spot. Again, they take out that wick, we get another leg down. But 666 got to go give it up to 0.5. There's a 0.5 and 0.5. There we go. Taking out that wick. There you go. Got the sell order block. More confirmation. Going to test that support. Let me get my sell order ready for my $100. There we go. We're testing it. It's still dropping. There's the buy order block. I'm not gonna be greedy right there. I'm out. I'll send you guys a screenshot of that recovery. Again, that was an easy setup. Can we sell through these buyers? We can, but we know they pushed up here before. I'm taking my $100 play. I wanted $100 before lunch. I didn't get it. We saw it on the paper trade on the way up. I got my $100, cut some of those losses on the way down, and we got that at 12:15. So not depending on what time you take lunch, wasn't quite before lunch, but it was there. This market is interesting to be this volatile, this close to Thanksgiving, especially on the index. Diamond Dave was definitely right. Like I remember trading last year. I remember trading the year before. Like this is usually the market usually very quiet, very subtle, and it pushed up last year and ran like crazy. And it's usually bearish because it's a light week and it's a short week because we trading in the middle of the week. Just halts on Thursday and starts back on Friday. So we'll see how this continues to play out. I have a little bit more capital left, but I got my 100 and I'm out. This has been really fun. I hope to continue to bring this to you guys. Continue to comment, drop questions, drop plays, drop things that y'all want me to discuss. Again, this is not a signaling Zoom. This is just us seeing a trade. We're going to take it. You can take it together. I gave y'all multiple options of what contracts and what size and positions you can get. And we'll keep bringing this back. Will I come back power hour? If I don't leave the house, if I don't leave the house, we can come back power hour. If I'm still out in a way, power hour might be pushed off to next week. But we can see where those buyers coming in, where that order block is. This is a fair value gap. Again, you can go and grab that and you can see it. So you can know where buyers come in and you're not like, oh, I don't know why it bounced right there. Well, there's a level of support and there are buyers sitting there. This is where they bought previously. So if I see something on sale, if I like a pair of Nike shoes and they're usually $200 and they're on sale for $175, I'm grabbing them. If they go on sale for $150, I might grab two. That's what you need. This is how you want to manage the trades. When you see prices coming down, people see it on sale and they're going to want to buy. So price action is going to come back up. So the people that bought here, they're probably mad they got in at 661 because they kind of got in at 657. So now they want to bring price back up so they could exit and drive price back up to 661 so they can make that $3 gain if they're in a hedge fund, if they're running a broker. But we got buyers coming in. If it sells down again, I wouldn't be afraid to take another put, but just know you're going to get pushed back here. You're going to get pushed back here. You're going to get pushed back here because that's where the buyers are. And you have this strong order block of buying. This could be hedge fund. These could be preset orders. So keep all of that in mind. I'm learning to not get mad when I leave early as long as I stay green. Yes, that's the key to the psychological part. As long as we green on the day, as long as you made some money, don't get mad. Just understand it and utilize it for your next trade. You're getting better and better. So when you know, like I left 20% the last time, hold that trade 20% longer. If you've gone for a week and you've left 20 to 30% on there, that's time for you to move your take profit up and trust your confidence in your moves. Thank you. Then my student here tapping in. Thank you, Dr. Chaz. This was amazing. Definitely thank you. And again, Diamond Dame, I appreciate you dropping in. Great job. Thank you for giving us so much of your time. Again, we've been on almost 4 hours. That's crazy work. I appreciate y'all all staying on. There's 15 people's here. If you liked it, drop some sevens in the chat. Spread it, like it, share it, so other people can tap in, so we can keep educating and giving people the game, and at least making some money. Again, $100 made. We saw a couple of trades make. I think we probably spotted over $300 worth of trades, and that was just with one contract. Had we made more contracts, this could easily be $1,000 day. So we may start with 100 before lunch, and we might say, go with 1,000 before the end of the day. We're gonna keep bringing that game. I think this is Britt B or Brittany B. I don't know. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody here. Like, share, Terrence, appreciate your support. Another one of my exceptional students and clients. So I appreciate y'all. We'll see about Power Hour. I'm not going to guarantee it, but this has been real. Like, share, and subscribe.